for that too. We got our picks coming up in the 4 o'clock hour, week number 15. What would be the start of this show without my mom calling right here? I don't know if I should answer it or not. I've been doing this show for 25 years at 3:03, and here's my mom calling. Yeah, I don't know what time it is. I thought it was Sunday. No, it's not. It is Thursday, and we are live at the Mousetrap. Boilermakers, a big win last night. What did I mention yesterday about all these games that we're watching are blowouts? And I know that was tight going into the second half of play, but all of these games seemingly are blowouts, and the Boilermakers get back on track with that win at home yesterday over Minnesota. We shall get to that. Fernando Mendoza is your AP College Football Player of the Year. We will talk about that. Phillip Rivers, practice day number 2 for the dude. You know what? I find it funny. I think everybody's kind of getting sick and tired of everybody else making fun of Phillip Rivers. And I think that is just going to come with the territory. You know, it's just the way that it's going to be. It does make it more interesting. It doesn't make it any more winnable for me on Sunday, but it does make it more interesting, I think. We'll get into that. DeForest Buckner back. His next situation, Mike Chappell has that info. He's going to join us in the 5 o'clock hour. Talk about that. Our good friend Brett Halverson, Kevin Todd, his best friend, is going to join us coming up at 5:30. And the guy on the call for CBS coming up on Sunday, Andrew Catalan, is going to join us coming up at the bottom of the hour. And with the Emirates Cup stuff going on, the Pacers don't play until tomorrow night on the road in Philly. Kind of ironic. I don't know. Jeremiah Johnson, if he's out there someplace, knows this to be true. I text him. This goes back to last week. And I said, I think it's time to stop watching Garrison Matthews here. I think I'm done with it. And he's played so well since that moment. And really, that moment, he started knocking down threes. He's played so well. And he is good to go with the Pacers. And they made some roster adjustments that we'll get to coming up in just a little bit. But as I mentioned, our good friend Brett Halverson of Heaven Hill Distillery, he is here. And I mentioned Kevin Todd is going to join us coming up at 5:30, which is always good. But this is one of our favorite places to go. And as soon as you turn 21, this was a rite of passage as a part of what you did, certainly if and around Broad Ripple. But the Mousetrap has always been a destination location.
It is, and it's great to be back, right? I mean, this is one of those places that, again, it's been around for a long time, but ever since Mike Cordo and the crew took over here, what they've turned this place into has taken and elevated even more. Live music, yes. Amazing food, yes. Amazing staff, amazing people that come here. It is great. It's great to be back here, John. So, hey, looking forward to, we'll have Mike here to tell us that we're going to be kicking off, they're kicking off a new happy hour special.
A new happy hour. Well, Hell's Bells, they have the right people here for that, don't they?
That's right. And we'll have Mike kind of talk through that a little bit, but pretty exciting stuff here today. But, and also get Mike to join us to do some picks for Week 15, my friend. Week 15.
Mike. You'll love Mike. Mike's got some entertainment coming up later on tonight. The reason why I know that is because my son Blake loves EDM. I get some EDM in the house.
Every Thursday, every Thursday they've been doing
Blake was telling me who it is, and I have no stinking idea who it is. But he goes, well, this is who this person is. But no, awesome place and a great deal of history. And what it does, it kind of spans decades and eras of whomever you are, whether you're old as dirt like us or the younger generation. It spans eras. That's exactly what the Mousetrap has accomplished. It is doing what many, certainly in and around central Indiana, that is very tough to do.
It is. And right there, Canda's walking right by us. She makes the most amazing chicken salad that I just had. It is the best chicken salad I've ever had anywhere near the area. So, but the food here is absolutely outstanding. Again, you pair that with great people, great cocktails, and the music scene and what Mike Cordo and the crew has done. Mm-hmm. This is a special place. And if you're a music fan, again, tonight's a little different style. You know, yes. You mentioned that EDM piece. That's what they do, the Altered Thursday every Thursday. And but every Friday, Saturday, you're going to see them. They have Family Jam on Sunday. They've got all kinds of stuff.
We'll get Mike Family Jam right
You know what? Apparently, your mom was calling to see if you could start the Family
Jam. Well, we have an update here. I've been doing this for 25 years, 15 on this particular station, but this afternoon show for 25 years. And my mom, for whatever reason, now at the age of 80, occasionally will call at 3:03 knowing I'm on. But we do have an update on G Mama here. This was the message she left. Well, went down to see if I had any mail, and when I came up, the phone was ringing, and I thought just maybe, it was you since your number came up. But anyway, don't worry about it.
Wow.
I love it.
Hey,
you know
that's
how,
awesome.
And she'd be so pissed if she knew that we were bringing this up. I don't know if I told you, when we were at the upstairs, going back 2-3 weeks ago down in Bloomington, I was going to try to get her to go. She wanted to go.
Yeah.
And then somebody brought up the fact, well, she's probably going to struggle getting up those stairs, which she absolutely would have, and she couldn't make it. But somebody said, hey, see if you can get a scissor lift out front and lift her up there. And I mentioned that to her, and she got all pissed. When does scissor lift you up? But nah, it is pretty funny, and that is the latest from G Mama right there. How about the latest Philip Rivers news? How shocking was that, Tony Renz, for you?
Holy cow,
Phillip
Tony
Rivers.
Renz is here.
T. Renz
This is
has
shocking
decided
right
to
here.
join
Hi, buddy.
us. You got the nice staff.
John, it was
On the coach.
it was way out of left field, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's something you weren't expecting to hear. A 44-year-old grandpa to come back. He hasn't played since 2020. And I was watching a lot of the press conference stuff and seeing him on the field. He doesn't look like he did. It's going to take a little time.
Yes.
But again, I think what it is with him,
It's going to take a lot of time.
his leadership, right? He has the leadership. Michael Pittman said, this guy taught me how to be an NFL player. And so he's got that respect of those guys that he played with in 2020. And he's going to be back there to kind of bring that back, and it's going to be interesting to see. Jeff Jones and I were just talking about this. I think what's going to happen, Riley Leonard's good from what I hear today. I think Riley probably plays. And
You think he starts and then Rivers?
I do.
I just can't get the fact out of my head that there's zero reason for Rivers to come back if he does not think he's going to get the ball immediately.
Well, I agree, and he will play. We definitely know he will, and hopefully, if it is Riley, and again, it's Thursday, right? There's several days coming up before we're going to find out what's really happening. But he needs more than 5 days to get in and kind of get things fresh. Now, I also did see where he talks to Shane Steichen all the time because he coaches his son's high school football team, runs a very similar offense, and he talks every week with him, right? So maybe that kind of came together. But again,
Shane Steichen may be his son, in fact. We don't know. Pretty close to
next Monday night, though, the San Francisco 49ers come into town. And that could be a very big build-up to Philip Rivers coming out.
I seem to think he's going to start coming up on Sunday. I don't think he's going to get a majority of the snaps coming up on Sunday. And I think they believe he is a better option, even coming out looking the way that he did yesterday. And he kind of looked like your average, that age dude, 44-year-old guy coming out and trying to do something yesterday. I like him a great deal. I think it makes it more interesting. But let's be fair. If that is the path they end up taking, this has a high potential to be a complete clown show. Now, we have witnessed a lot of things around here in the past, so I don't know. We may all be a little bit immune to the clown show stuff anymore. Maybe just go, whatever. This is just kind of what you do. But I do often wonder, Brent, what happens if, this is a hypothetical, this is not what I believe is going to occur, but what happens if he goes out and does perform decently to above decent and gives them an opportunity to win? Well, what happens with everybody else that has retired in the past 5 years? Everybody want to come back now? I mean, it is amazing. And that would be interesting enough for him because it would add another layer to what already is a future Hall of Fame whenever the dude stops playing career. I just think about, it's one thing to throw it, one thing to understand it, but it's another thing. It's not even the escapability or lack thereof. All of a sudden, you're going to start doing stuff and using muscles that you haven't at that level in the past 5 years. I wouldn't be so much worried about the arm accuracy or knowing the plays. I'd be worried about, all right, what happens when these muscles are going, hey, what are we doing here? We haven't done this in a while. Why am I doing this again? And I'm talking about anywhere in the body because, as you know, as 44 years old plus, or with me, 55 to 56, sometimes our brain is thinking we can do it, and our body's going, yeah, you know what? There's no way you're going to do it. Now you're going to be injured for it. So that is the one. I cannot imagine, especially against the defense like Seattle that hasn't given up a touchdown in the past 2 games, and especially up front, puts pressure on the quarterback anyway. I'm interested, and that's what I want to see, but it's tough for me to imagine that this is going to work out whatsoever well, if that is, again, the path they take.
Yeah, it's tough, and you're spot on. I mean, you're right. He's going to be able to throw it. I mean, one thing I will say about Philip, he gets rid of the ball quick. That's one thing. He never holds the ball, so that's going to help him out. But again, you're using those muscles like you said you haven't used in 5 years. So that's going to be an interesting little twist. And again, I think it brings a little bit of I'm going to call it questionable excitement, right? Like what he could do back in the past. What's it still going to be like now? It's gonna have a lot of interest in people.
It's Brett Overtime, JMV, the Mousetrap on Keystone here. Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna's Dual Tequila Shots. Week 15 is what we're doing right here on 93.5, 107.5 The Fan. Thank you for joining us. I don't think this is like a desperation play. I honestly think they believe that he is a better option. Now, maybe it ends up being Riley Leonard, but my thought is right now that they believe he is a better option than anything else that they have. I don't know what that would say about everything else they have or what else is available around the NFL, but that is my belief. I don't think they believe that this decision is trying to make the postseason to save their ass. I think they believe if he comes back, he gives us the best chance to win when we're still firmly, even with our injury situation, involved in the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, absolutely. And have you seen? I've heard a lot of commentary now from like Cam Newton and Derek Carr, and people going, "Hey, I'd love to come back. I'm only 36." Like Cam Newton. But I think you're right. I mean, that's going to add a little bit of. I mean, hey, it's exciting, right? But it's also questionable, like you mentioned as well.
I don't know if part of this is going to be who and what you're getting. And with some of these guys you may know, it's just like looking at the list of availability. See you, Jeff, and you know who and what you're getting, but it is all about familiarity. I mean, this team has zero familiarity with Cam Newton, and whether or not he's played or practiced or thrown, they're not familiar with it. So you're always going to gravitate. Just think about anybody. You're always going to gravitate to those that you know and you trust with your particular product, especially when the stakes are this high. So, that connection doesn't surprise me whatsoever. And, not looking at every quarterback that is between the age of, 36 and 44 right now that they did not look at makes a lot of sense to me because they're not familiar and don't have that connection with somebody like the head coach and the quarterback in this case.
That's a good point. And they have to know something to bring him in, right? I mean, if they're going to bring him in here, it's got to be a product you want to put on the field that's going to have put you in the spot to win the game. And that's ultimately what they need to do after kind of 3 consecutive losses. I mean, look at them. They were 7-1, right? Then they were 8-2. And now they're sitting, it's 8-5, and it's like, whoa.
Pittsburgh peeled
what are we
back the
do?
curtain,
right, yeah, absolutely.
And kind of let everybody else in. And whether or not the other teams didn't do it like the Steelers did, and they survived in Berlin in overtime against Atlanta, but that's kind of where all this has gone. They have been figured out. They were figured out in the fourth in Kansas City, going back 3 weeks, by Steve Spagnuolo. They have been found out. They were found out by the Texans defensively, too. And a lot of this is going to ride on the offensive line because so much was made about how great they were playing, and frankly, they haven't played at all to the level which is necessary. And you combine that with the injured quarterback. And I've said this all along. This Colts team has been like this, and they will be like this until further notice. When things are running smoothly, everything feels great. But, man, when you start to hit those bumps in the road and you have to make adjustments or you have to start, as they say, grinding, that has essentially always been the struggle with this group. It's not so much, hey, it is good. When you're on easy street, man, it is all good.
Yep.
But when you have to start really getting down to it and, grinding with it, that's when this group has had a struggle. And that's what we saw going back to the Pittsburgh game. And believe me, they were circling the drain long before Daniel Jones went down last week and long before they made the choice to go out and sign Phillip Rivers earlier this week.
Oh, absolutely. And it's going to be interesting to see how do you game plan with this, right? How do you get a game plan with your 44-year-old quarterback, hadn't played in 5 years. it's going to be a Jonathan Taylor heavy game. But the Seattle defense,
Yeah.
they're not. They're pretty tough, especially at home. It's going to be a tough crowd to go.
Who do you think they would rather see, Riley Leonard or Phillip Rivers? Who would the Seahawks defense, one of the better defenses in the NFL, rather see?
I think they'd rather see Riley Leonard.
Do you really?
I really do.
He's got escapability.
He does.
And this offensive line has, needed somebody with some mobility, some escapability. Phillip Rivers has zero escapability. So this just is launching a reputation, and that's it here.
Well, they have film on Riley from last week, and it was short, right? They got film on him. They see what he is. He's a rookie. He's a young guy. They're going to make mistakes. You've got an old guy now that's probably going to make some mistakes too. He's just not going to be as mobile. So, I mean, it's probably a 50-50. They're going to prepare for a guy that probably can't run out of the pocket. They're going to prepare for a guy that probably can't throw as well out of the pocket too. But it's going to be tough to see.
I think one guy is the pocket.
I think the old pocket.
Phillip Rivers may be the pocket.
Yes, I think you're right.
No, I'm filling the pocket up here.
It's going to be, you know what, and a lot of this is it's kind of up in the air, right? Yeah. Until they know. I mean, how do you plan on that? How do you game plan for who you don't know it's going to be out there?
I think that across the board, it's the same. I think you put pressure on an offensive line that has given up a great deal of pressure, and no matter who you get, I mean, maybe you have to deal with a little bit more of the escapability of one Riley Leonard, and you have, zero escapability, but you have a quick release. And one of the things that really is going to be interesting to me is I felt all along when Daniel Jones was compromised injury-wise with that fibula, I always thought, why is there such a long time of holding the ball? Why is it the same routine offensively that it was when things were going well in the first 2 months? Why don't you make an adjustment for what you have right now? You have, as I mentioned earlier, a compromised and an injured quarterback. But they still kind of viewed him as September Daniel Jones, and he wasn't that here recently, and that ended that way. So if you could adjust with what you're going to have to do for Phillip Rivers, why couldn't you adjust for Daniel Jones? So I've often put a lot of this onus and a lot of the blame on the offense and the coaching staff because you got to recognize what you have, and it kind of seems like that these guys hope that they still had what they had in the first 2 months of the season, but clearly from November on until we are right now, that was not the case, and it led to a lot of losses and obviously the loss of their quarterback.
Yeah, and again, you mentioned, I mean, the Steelers kind of, they pulled those curtains back, right? They did show a lot of stuff, and the next week, I mean, the Colts barely beat the Falcons, and then it's 3 consecutive L's in a row. Granted, against the Chiefs, who haven't been playing well, but the Texans have been playing outstanding. So is the Jaguars, and they've always had a hard time playing in Jacksonville. But again, it was just one of those setups. Like you're right, you've got to close some of those doors to not allow that to happen too. But it'll be interesting to see. I'm kind of very intrigued to see what's going to happen.
I will say this, and because I've seen it, we've been there. When they reached out to Sam Ehlinger and he decided to stay in Denver, good, because I've seen enough. I'd seen enough here. I don't want to see it again. That would not draw me. At least now I have a little bit of interest, more so than anything else in Sunday. I wouldn't have that with Sam Ehlinger. But as our good friend Greg points out, and this is accurate, what does this tell you about just the landscape of young quarterbacks? Can these dudes not play? Is that the way that it is?
That's kind of what it's looking like.
I mean, for one, you got Desmond Ridder that's running around out there as a free agent somewhere. He was actually here, back during camp in the summertime up in Westfield. I mean, you can't get anybody that would be more intriguing than what you have and bring in a dude that hasn't played in 5 years back that's 44 years of age. That is, I think, a testimonial of where we are with that level of quarterback around the NFL right now.
Yeah, and I think you kind of brought a highlight to it, though, like the knowing kind of the system, knowing the team a little bit, having familiarity, unlike a Cam Newton. I mean, it just, again, it kind of puts you.
Like anybody would want to jack with that. Seriously.
Got to have a big helmet on for his hat.
I mean, what are you wearing and what hat are you wearing? I mean, who the hell cares? Who'd want to jack with that? And again, it's about familiarity.
It is.
I mean, nobody really cares about what Phillip Rivers is wearing.
No.
I mean, that's not what it. And they are. I don't think they're trying to cobble together something to save their job. I think they believe that with this particular guy, that they can get enough out of him to win a couple of games and maybe get back into to where they once were here.
That's
just my thought.
That's what's intriguing. And let me ask you a question. Do you think that he was looking at, I've seen a couple of things that, Matt Stafford's kind of moving up on those all-time yards, and Phillips going, oh, he's about ready to pass me. I'm going to get back out there and throw a couple thousand on.
I just think he's like any of us. We all want to turn back the clock. Look at me. Sure. I talk about it every day. I'm a clock turner backer.
But you're out there playing ball all the time, too.
Well, no. I mean, just on a much lower level here. I think we all, when we get older, we kind of see what we once, had and what we once were, even though what I once was still fat. So I don't really want to get back to that. But I mean, you do want how should I put this? A renaissance of sorts. And I think for him, and especially if you're at that high level of competitor, I think that this is kind of a dream, if you will, for somebody like that to really have the option to do something that they thought 5 years ago was completely over. And the whole irony of all this is had he decided to go a second year after that 1 year when they made the postseason, the last time they made the postseason here, we're probably not in a lot of these crappy situations that we have witnessed over the last handful of years because he was supposed to bridge the gap. The Colts felt he was going to. He didn't want to, so he retired. And then, you had the Carson Wentz, the Matt Ryan, and, you look back to Jeff Saturday coming in as the coach. If Jeff Saturday would have won a game or two here or there, then he would be the coach, and then Chris Ballard would already be gone. It's interesting to see how the dynamics work to get to where we are right now, and Phillip Rivers is firmly one of those had he decided to have a year number 2, which the Colts wanted, but he didn't back then.
Yeah, and you got to think, I think he even said something along the lines, you kind of take yourself out of that. You miss it, right? I mean, they're competitors. You want to get out there and play. But the biggest thing, and you said it, John, is your mind and your body are two different things. Yeah. Your mind tells you can go do it.
My mind's telling me, let's go do that. My body goes,
what the hell
are you doing?
He's out there chasing around 10 kids and a grandkid, right? Like, okay, that's a little bit different than getting chased by 9 guys coming at you, So it's, again, it's some good commentary. It's some good stuff to talk about. I'm excited to kind of see it
I'm excited to talk about it, too. I can't lie. I'm more excited than Sam Ehlinger.
Well, that's it, right? I mean, if you bring in something like that, people shut it down. This at least gives people,
that wasn't the thought either, but sure. I mean, I don't give a damn about Sam Ehlinger. Nobody is.
No.
So, yeah.
But again, I think it's also going to keep a little fresh talk on the Colts, and you're going to keep a little bit of excitement there. Everybody's going to want to see what the 44-year-old can do.
All right, Brett, we're live at the Mousetrap, Larceny Bourbon Lock Saloon. Azul Tequila Shots coming up top of the 4 o'clock hour, right?
We are. We got Mr. Mike Cordo will be joining us. I don't know if Troy's going to join us too, hopefully. But,
I think we should.
He's a 50-50 over there.
We want everybody to get here. Don't be scared off by the weather. Get here. Samples are flowing. We also know this. Big Red Liquors, 100-plus locations, state of Indiana, one near you. BigRedLiquors.com. Big Red Liquors for the holiday season. Great gift-giving ideas, including from the umbrella of Heaven Hill Distillery.
Absolutely. They've got all kinds of things. And you mentioned over 100 locations. And right now is the gift-giving time. So all of those value-added packs are out there. And the number 1 selling eggnog in the world, John, Evan Williams. Be sure to stop
my mom may be sipping on it today. She may call me 19 times during the show. I went down in the mailbox again.
Looking for that Evan Williams, John. Where you at?
Well, she's a white chocolate. What is it? White chocolate?
Peppermint chocolate. Yeah.
Oh, she's all about
like
that.
Yeah, I got to get her some more of that. We'll get her a bottle for you to take to the holidays.
You got that right. Big Red Liquors, 100-plus locations. The gift packs, you can find the gift cards as well. Everything you need. BigRedLiquors.com today. The Mousetrap on Keystone. We would love to see you. Our picks coming up at the top of the hour. We've also got Mike Chappell, the latest on DeForest Buckner and his return with that next situation. Kevin Todd, as I mentioned in the 5 o'clock hour, but on the other side, he's got the call. He is going to witness something that is absolutely incredible on Sunday. At least that's what we think. A renaissance, as I mentioned. The 44-year-old quarterback, Phillip Rivers. Andrew Catalan of CBS is going to join us on the other side of the stream. The app, HD Radio, AAA Membership Lounge via YouTube Live. Dev, great job out of you to get this thing together. And back at our new studios downtown off of St. Joseph's, this is The Ride with JMV, 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
The Fan cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at 1075thefan.com.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shank Company. We'll help you find last-minute gifts that don't look last-minute, even if you're still planning to propose. At Shane Company, we'll show you perfect gifts at perfect prices, in stock and ready to give. Like hand-matched diamond studs, 14-karat gold chains, or the ultimate gift, a beautiful engagement ring. We have longer store hours, so you can skip the crowds and shop when you want, or visit us at shaneco.com. Because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
You'll get more than you expect with McValue at McDonald's. Like deals on your late night go-tos when the party goes till dawn. And savings on their faves. So date night always passes the vibe check. Plus, when the fam shows up for the weekend, you can show out for breakfast.
Enjoy a $3 sausage McMuffin with egg or egg McMuffin and pair it with a $1.49 any size Coke. Price of participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer.
JMV here for my friends at Premier Weight Loss. You know what's funny? When I was in my teens, body exploration meant something completely different than it does now that I'm 56 years of age. I can say now that it means, where am I on my weight loss journey? Down nearly 80 pounds. How about my body fat percentage? Down from 35% to 13%. Now it's time to add muscle mass, or lean mass, if you will, with the tone stimulation machine that they have at Premier Weight Loss. You can do the same. Weight loss journey and then tone up with Thomas and Samantha and the gang at Premier Weight Loss. It will work for you. That's PWLND.com. Mention my name. For the first 10 days in the month of December, you could win 2 lower-level tickets to see the Niners and the Colts. If you want to lose the weight, if you want to feel better, it's PWLND.com. You can do it. Tell them JMV sent you. PWLND.com today.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Satch Vai Band, featuring Joe Satriani and Steve Vai.
I wanna play my guitar.
2 living legends, 1 band. Surfing with the Hydra 2026 Tour. Saturday, May 9th. Everwise Amphitheater at White River State Park. With special guest, Animals as leaders. Reserved seats on sale this Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Satch Vai Band, an electrifying sonic powerhouse. Part of the Jack Daniels Concert Series.
The NBA is happening Christmas Day. 5 games, 1 unforgettable lineup.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Buckets for breakfast, breakaways for dessert. It's the holiday tradition.
Christmas is our day.
With star power from across the globe.
The stars, they are going to be out.
The best gift, you don't even have to unwrap it.
We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
Hey, it's Tyrese Halliburton. I care about Indiana and the people who live here. We look out for each other, and sometimes that means stepping up in ways we don't always think about. Saying yes to organ donation, that's one of those ways. For real, just 1 organ donor can save 8 lives. That means your yes could give someone more time with family, more experiences with loved ones, more life. When you say yes to organ donation, you have the power to save lives.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan, your home for indie sports. Now with even more ways to listen.
Listen on air.
Online at 1075thefan.com.
And on our free app.
Stay connected to all things indie sports, including the latest news, show blogs, and catch up on what you've missed with our podcast.
We're never more than just a click away.
Download our app at Google Play and on the App Store. From your home for indie sports.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
The Ride with JMV.
Attention, whoever you are, this channel is reserved for emergency calls only.
Lady, do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Hey, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. The Mousetrap, it is legendary on Keystone. I know it is. My God, it's legendary here. Dev's the on-site engineer. Corbin's back in the studio. James wimped out and decided not to come in when we're introducing the entire world to our new studios and everything right here. But that's okay. He'll be back coming up on Monday. I think Kurt's in tomorrow. We're going to be out in Greenfield at the Depot on a Bud Light Blue Friday. coming up tomorrow. Brent's going to rejoin in a second, week 15. Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. Thank you all for joining us. But on the Andy Moore Automotive Group Hotline, his name, Andrew Catalon. His game, calling a 44-year-old quarterback as a starter in Seattle on Sunday for the first time since retiring in 5 years. I just want to make sure all that sinks in as Andrew joins us now. What are we thinking about what type of call you could be in store for coming up in Seattle Sunday?
Wow. I mean, I've had a lot of the week to digest what might be coming, and it certainly seems like it's trending that way. And how wild is this? I mean, you're living it firsthand out there, but I'm just from afar amazed, having called so many of his games past. And when I wrote down his name on my chart this week, I was like surreal. This is cool. I mean, I don't know how it's going to play out, but right now I think it's amazing.
Andrew, I think it's going to be, if we hadn't been through so many clown shows previously, I would say, well, it's going to be a clown show. But I think we've been through the whole Barnum and Bailey act around here a lot. We're almost kind of numb to it a little bit. But I will tell you this, much like how you just explained it, at the very least, I think it gives you more of a level of interest. I don't know how much it speaks to the young quarterbacks around, whether you're Riley Leonard or anybody else that had availability when Daniel Jones went down, but at least it gives you a level of interest for a game that maybe altogether that wouldn't be there, right?
No, I mean, I think this is the biggest story in the league this week. And if you look at the schedule, there's a million good games. I mean, and every matchup for the most part has some type of playoff intrigue or interest. But you throw in a 44-year-old quarterback who hasn't played in 5 years, going against an incredible defense in one of, if not the most difficult environments. And there's no doubt that the intrigue of a grandfather running out on the field on Sunday, potentially, to start and go against Seattle, trying to save Indianapolis' season. I mean, I've seen a lot of crazy things in this league in my time doing games, but this is going to be right up there.
So Andrew Catalon of CBS got the call coming up on Sunday. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. So I know that you probably also have, because he's practiced in full, Riley Leonard, the rookie from Notre Dame, down on your list and your chart as well. What did you gather from what you witnessed out of him last week and the time he was in the game and that loss in Jacksonville?
Yeah, I thought he did a nice job in the second half, all things considered. I mean, obviously the game was a little bit out of reach, so how Jacksonville played their defense, you could argue that. But, you know, I like what he said about how when Richardson went down, the live reps that he gets with the scout team has really made a difference for the way that he felt out there, not only Sunday, but just as practice and the weeks have gone on. So, you know, I thought he gave them a little something on Sunday. Now, how much the knee is an issue, why or if that contributed to the phone call to Alabama to try to get Phillip up to Indianapolis, I don't know. But, you know, would it have been a tough test? And look, he still could play. We have no idea. But, like, is it a tough test for any quarterback to go into Seattle? Yes. Is it even harder to make your first NFL start there? No doubt. But I did see some flashes there on Sunday where if he is the guy, or if it doesn't work out with Phillip this week, that he could give you a chance out there in Seattle. But again, that's a tough ask for any QB, not just a rookie.
All right. Part of the ask here is playing a team that has been as stingy defensively as any team, certainly in the last 2 weeks, we have seen across the NFL landscape. If there is a bad time to try to implement the grandfather rule at the age of 44 and play Phillip Rivers for the first time in 5 years against the Seattle defense, may not at all be the best time, Andrew.
No, this team's legit. Both sides of the ball, but you ask about the defense. They have not allowed a touchdown in the last 2 games. Over those last 2 games, they have 8 takeaways. And in the last 2, opponents are 3 for 23 on third down. This is a team that gets after you on all levels. I mean, Mike McDonald said that he planned to blitz more this year, but he hasn't had to because of how much pressure their front four has been getting. That's dangerous. This is a really good team. This is a legitimate Super Bowl contender. So, look, they have a lot to play for as well, but they have a tough schedule coming up. So, it's a real. I'm impressed by this team, and no doubt it starts with that defense.
What has been your impression on this Colts team? I say you go back to Pittsburgh, and that's where I think they were kind of outed. As I've described it, the curtain was kind of pulled back on them, and really, other than that Berlin win in overtime over Atlanta, it has been incredibly difficult for this team. What did other teams, other defenses find out about this Colts team where they don't look anything like, even when Daniel Jones was healthy, anything like they did back in the first 2 months of the season?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I think that maybe that first 2 months they were playing, above what they were, and maybe this is more of the way they are. I mean, credit to them and the way that they played, and they're not going to believe that or think that. They're going to think they can get back to that level, but that was an elite level. I had a couple of those games. I had week 1 against Miami. They scored every time they got the ball. I had them week 8 against Tennessee. That was not even a close contest. They just destroyed them. Now, as we've seen, tougher competition. These teams are good. The teams that they've lost to here on this little run are tough teams, but they have not looked themselves. I always, think it comes back to Jonathan Taylor, and the numbers bear that out. I mean, when he rushes for 90 yards, they're 6-0. As a team, when they rush for 90 yards, they're 8-0, 89 or fewer, 0-5. You can't put it all on one man, but if he looks like the MVP form from the first 2 months, I think this is a different offense for Indianapolis.
Andrew Catalan of CBS has the call coming up on Sunday. The Colts and the Seahawks. That is week number 15. He joins us on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. When you look at the Colts, too, the one thing we're kind of glossing over a little bit is the significant losses defensively, and especially in the defensive secondary. They go out in free agency, bring in Charvarius Ward, Sauce Gardner, trade deadline. Ward's in concussion protocol, IR. Sauce Gardner doesn't look like he's going to be available as well. I don't know when he is ultimately going to be back. So obviously the secondary and what they had hoped they put together when they felt that they were one of the top teams of the NFL is basically a shell of what it once was.
Yeah, and also you even go back to training camp. They had a couple of those rookies who they really liked who suffered season-ending injuries during the preseason and training camp. So that's certainly been a storyline for them on defense. I think a big key this week, and we'll see, is if DeForest Buckner can get back. I know you're talking about the secondary, but the way that they've allowed teams to hurt them on the ground the last few games, they've allowed 100 yards rushing in 5 of their last 6, and, of course, the last 4 without DeForest Buckner. So it's been a tough year on the injury front for the Colts defense, but they could get a boost here if Buckner's able to play.
The problematic aspect is Smith-Jigba, I believe, who has been as outstanding as anybody. I think right now 4th in the NFL in receiving, if that is accurate. But regardless of that, has just been one of the best deep threats or threats on the field at that position throughout the NFL this season.
Absolute stud. And what's amazing, you said 4th in the NFL, that's in catches, but he leads the league in yards with over 1,400. And that's on a Seattle team that has the second fewest pass attempts in the NFL. They're the only team that runs the ball more than 50% of their plays. So for what he is doing on a team that doesn't really throw it like some of these other great receivers have, it's remarkable. He's tough to stop, and there's no doubt that he's a huge part of this game on Sunday.
You rattle Sam Darnold a little bit now. This has not been the forte of the Colts here recently. I mean, hell, they didn't get a quarterback hit or a sack or anything last week in Jacksonville against Trevor Lawrence. But if you can put a little bit of pressure on Sam Darnold, has that been some of the – when things have been down offensively for the Seahawks, it seems like there has been pressure on him there.
Yeah, he leads the league in turnovers, so there's no doubt that – and he's kind of come back to earth a little bit the last few weeks. Now, he played really well in the second half last week against Atlanta, and Seattle's hoping that's the start of a big stretch run here. But he leads the league in turnovers. The running game has been okay. I mean, Kenneth Walker only rushed for 29 yards last week. They have 6 touchdowns from their defense and special teams. So we talked about this before. It all starts with their defense, and certainly special teams is very dangerous. But if Darnold can keep it clean, that's what makes them a very tough team to beat. But as you point out, you can get after him. You can force him to cough the ball up, and the Colts will need that on Sunday.
All right. Can you name for us the quarterbacks 44 years or older that have taken snaps?
Yeah, I mean,
you that you got that ready?
I got it on my chart. I can look and cheat. Is that okay?
No, I can give it to you right here. Brady, Testaverde, Moon, and Steve DeBerg. Did you have that? You didn't have that off the top of your head, huh?
I did. No, I did have it. I was, just messing around.
Oh no, I was gonna. Yeah, I wasn't going to give you time. I was going to act like I knew something right here for the first time on the show. But I will say this. It's funny. You may not have known this time last week that you may have the most interesting game for that situation this weekend, but I think you got it. And as you mentioned, it's a good weekend for games too, but it's going to be one that I'm assuming everybody's going to watch just because you kind of want to see what's going to happen. You think you know what's going to happen, but you certainly want to see what happens.
Yeah, I can't wait. And now that you kind of threw me under the bus a little, I'm going to throw a few more age-related stats at you just to prove that I'm doing my homework. Rivers is older than 13 of the 32 head coaches currently, including both coaches in this game on Sunday. 9 active players in the NFL were not born when Phillip was drafted. And Riley Leonard is the same age as Phillip's oldest daughter, Hallie. So there you go.
That's incredible. Incredible stuff. I can't wait. I'm taking notes on your broadcast coming up on Sunday, okay? Just so I can add it in.
Well, you'll probably hear that same stuff I just said now again on Sunday.
Hey, buddy, always a pleasure. Have a great broadcast, a great flight out to the Pacific Northwest, Andrew. We'll catch up again very soon, okay?
You got it. Thanks so much.
Andrew Catalan of CBS has the call coming up on Sunday when Schuler's Spreadability, original sharp cheddar, bacon and cheddar, jalapeno pepper. You can find it right across Keystone where we are here. Your Meyer location, either here off of Keystone or throughout the state of Indiana. Win Schuler's Spreadability. The Spreadability is elite level snacking with Win Schuler's. Brent Holverson rejoins right now. Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. Coming up, our picks at the top of the hour at the legendary Mousetrap on Keystone, Brent.
Awesome to be back here. Such a great spot. Come out and join us again. It's like you said, the weather is actually not bad outside, but it is a perfect 70 degrees in here.
Perfect.
Sunny, Sunny. Got great cocktails to make you smile.
Cocktails are great.
I'd love to buy you a sample. So come on out.
Let's
have a little fun. We got Mike going to be joining us here top of the hour to do week 15 picks. Still can't believe it's 15 weeks into it, John.
You and I will we'll take a break and come back, and you and I will go over last week too.
Yep.
Which, it's weird. It was a bad week for me, but it was a better week for me than what the past 3 weeks. I've been kind of going the direction of the Colts here recently.
It's been an interesting year. It really has been. It's hey, we've got some big spreads out there too that we're gonna have to fight through this week as well.
Brent, I'm John. We're at the Mousetrap. Join us here. Samples are flowing. We just need to see you. Don't worry about the weather. It's all going to be okay. The reason why it's going to be okay because you're becoming a AAA member. You're doing that right now because we got weather on the inbound. You had weather this morning, especially on the north side with slick roads. Don't worry about it. AAA's got your back 24/7, 365, and especially built for weather like has been predicted here in the state of Indiana. Become a AAA member. Do that today. AAA.com or stop by a AAA office. Make sure you tell them I sent you. Also know this to be true. The membership of AAA is a great stocking stuffer idea. Great for the holiday season, but really make sure somebody has your back or somebody you love in your family. That is the love you give with a AAA membership today, especially with the weather that is coming in. Again, log on. And then you can get the app on your phone and make it easy with the AAA mobile app. AAA.com or stop by your AAA office today. Hey, more to come live from the Mousetrap. Don't go anywhere. The Stream the App, HD Radio, the AAA Membership Lounge via YouTube Live, 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service and need to find a local, well-trained expert you can trust like Family Heating and Air Conditioning? We'll find that American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for Mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
911, what's your emergency?
In an emergency, voice is best. But what if you can't call?
Escalated domestic disturbance reported east of downtown. Be advised, alert was received by a 911 emergency text. Caller is hiding in a closet and can't use her voice.
When the situation is too dangerous to make a call, text to 911 Capability Now helps Hoosiers. But in most emergencies, voice is still best.
I slid off the road and the airbag went off. The snow's getting heavier. Please hurry.
In the last 5 years, Hoosiers have used text capability in over 1 million 911 sessions. It's of great help to the deaf and speech impaired and to those in select dangerous situations. Thanks to the statewide 911 board, Indiana leads the nation with all 92 counties having in- and outbound text capability. For more, visit in911.net.
It's good to hear your voice. Help is on the way.
911. Before you text, voice is best.
Hey, Colts fans, Crown Royal is a proud partner of the Indianapolis Colts, and this season it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit www.crownroyal.com/royal rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Jake Query here. Each weekday noon to 3, guests appear live on the Java House Peel and Pour guest line. Use code JAKE25 at javahouse.com to save 25% on your first order.
Hey, John here for Heaven Hill Distillery. Heaven Hill Distillery, and Brent Halverson is here to tell you more about what you can get from his brand for the holiday season.
John, 'tis a season to be jolly, right?
Yes.
Heaven Hill has been lifting America's spirits since 1935, celebrating our 90th anniversary this year. And actually, we have a call tomorrow. We've got a new product. The Heaven Hill Distillery 90th Anniversary Edition is coming out. It'll be here on the 17th of December. Looking forward to that. But that is just one of many gems in that portfolio. We've got a lot of great stuff for the holidays. Again, we've talked about it. You got all the value-added packages out there right now. Makes great gifts. Go out there and get one of those Elijah Craig gift sets with the, you get a little shaker in there. You've got a little thing for old-fashioned mix. Makes it all really simple and easy. But gift giving is what it's all about this time of year. We've got some great stuff out there. And again, the Evan Williams eggnog and peppermint chocolate eggnog. Cannot do a holiday party without bringing a couple bottles. And you will find them all over, anywhere you want to see. But look for that Elijah Craig, Heaven Hill 7-year-old Bottle and Bond, Larceny Bourbon, Luna Azul Tequila, Deep Eddy Vodka. List goes on, John, and it's an absolute pleasure to be able to sit here next to you and tell you about it.
Tend some bar this holiday season with the great products of Heaven Hill Distillery. Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots, Week 15, top of the hour, live from the Mousetrap with 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
The Ride with JMV.
Pay him.
Pay that man his money.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Yo, man.
Engineer Destiny Ethan here with us. We have new studios downtown that I'm not going to see until Sunday for the Colts pregame show. I was actually in there. I went in and logged on every computer yesterday and downloaded as much porn as I could.
Go ahead and get it out of the way
seriously.
early, right? Yeah.
And I want to give another shout out to our staff, the engineering staff, like Dev right here, and I know Cam. They're getting ready to do. Yeah, thank you very much, Tony. That's awesome. I know that they're getting ready for what I forget, what are they doing at Sullivan Hardware and Garden? What is it? Yeah, the radiothon's getting ready to happen up there with Pat Sullivan and everybody. So that's going to be awesome as well. But our engineers, Brent, are working absolute overtime and doing a hell of a job. We thank them very much.
Absolutely. And a big shout out to everybody involved, because it takes a lot to make this go round. And to see there's a little bit of shuffle here and there, but always comes in right on time, right on point. So hats off to
Corbin's
everybody
coming
back
in there today, running the board. James is out. Corbin's stepping in, doing a great job too. So
pretty amazing team. You got to have a team, right?
We
And
do
that's
have
what
to
we talk a lot about,
especially when the leader of the team right here is. Yeah, I don't know about him. Wait a minute. Is he having cocktails and eating cottage cheese? We can't trust him for a second right here at the Mousetrap. All right, hey, Week 14 picks. We did it last week down in Columbus at the garage.
That was a good time, wasn't it?
That was a hell of a time last week, too. We got to go back because Robin and the gang, they absolutely loved it. I stayed for a while. You went to see Old Crow Medicine Show in Brown County Music Center.
Yep.
I stayed for a while with Robin and the gang. They loved it. We absolutely have to go back. But how did we do on our picks in Week 14?
So you were 50%. You went 7-7. I was a notch behind you at 6-8. Our buddy Spencer was at 4-10, so he had a little bit of a rough entry point
It's
in.
like his Padre team.
Robin came in pretty hot. 8-6, picking,
Did she really?
picking teams by location where she lived. Maybe that's how you have to do it these days. It's been a rough year.
That figures.
But our good friend Matt with AAA came out shooting at 10-4 last week. Yeah,
That was Matt Goins at
Matt
AAA.
Goins at AAA came out at 10-4.
AAA.com. And people need to become AAA members today, especially with the weather coming up, too. He was 10-4.
He was.
Oh, crap.
He had a great.
I'm never going to hear the end of that.
We'll have to get him back on and see how he picks up. You know, we see that. We see some spikes, and then they go the other way.
Right.
But hey, it's a tough NFL season, and again, some of these numbers we'll be talking about today: 12.5, 13, a couple 13.5s out there, some 7.5s. I mean, you got some big numbers out here. 9.5. I mean, it's going to be an interesting week. And again, if you look back throughout the year and just see kind of who's doing what right now,
Yeah.
we were talking a little bit ago. How do you look at this Colts game right now on a Thursday when we don't even know what's going on? That spread's 13.5. And I looked last week before the game started. The look ahead was Seattle -3.
Yeah.
So that tells you right away that
Zero trust.
there's zero trust there. And get these big numbers out there. I'd love to see what that percentage is on some of these 13.5 point favorites covering. But hey, we're gonna have a great chance, and it's kind of exciting to see what's going to happen with it, right? I mean, everybody in the world thinks, hey, Seahawks blow them away. Seahawks been playing some great ball. They're what are they 10-3 right now?
Yep.
I mean, they're top of the with the Rams and the Packers in the NFC, and then you got the Colts going the wrong way. They've got to turn it around. It's got to happen starting Sunday.
So before we get to a break here, IU Ohio State. How'd you have that picture compared to how that thing ended up last Saturday night, which was incredible?
That was a beautiful thing. I tell you, I was all over the Hoosiers. I was wrong on the points or the totals of the. I took the team total over, which I've been doing a lot with IU. And again, it was an ugly game, but it was a defensive game, and it was a battle. How awesome was that, man? That was
Steve
special.
Daly looks like he's out for the college football playoff, which is not good on the defensive side. Fernando Mendoza, the AP College Player of the Year, which there's really nothing more appropriate. He should be adding the Heisman Trophy to his list of accomplishments coming up, I would guess, this weekend.
Yeah, that's Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. Hey, I think it's awesome. I mean, it's special. He's had a special season. Look what they've done.
We've got to do like a special show out of Pasadena, California. Why can't we do that?
Well, let's do it.
I think we should do that.
I think you can make some calls. And
Tony
then we
Renz,
can
you get something going for us over there? Yeah, Tony Renz is the guy to do it, I think, right there. All right, Week 15 picks coming up in just a second, top of the hour for the Mousetrap. This reminder, too, this time of year, you got to make sure that your system's working efficiently with Love Heating and Air. John and Chris Love at 317-353-2141. If you need a repair, mention my name. They're going to give you $95 off that service fee at 317-353-2141. The best in keeping you warm and comfortable because the temperatures are going to take a significant nosedive. That's John and Chris 11, Love Heating and Air, 317-353-2141. Mention my name. If you need a repair, get $95 off at love-hvac.com. We've got Brent, we got Mike, and more coming up here with our Week 15 picks, live for the Mousetrap on Keystone, Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. Do not go anywhere unless you join us here with 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
This is the Fan Morning Show.
Man, if it weren't for bad luck right now, the Colts wouldn't have any luck at all. Devastating injury for Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I said to James last week, I was like, man, do you really believe in Jacksonville being a curse? It's a new year. It's a new team. Every year I'm watching that game unfold. And honestly, when Daniel Jones threw the interception on the first play of the game, I was like, oh my gosh, James Boyd is right.
It's the Fan Morning Show. Weekday mornings on Sports Radio 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where a small box with a burgundy bow will help you win the holidays. As an in-house designer, I love creating meaningful, fine jewelry gifts. Choose a necklace with a gorgeous infinity charm to symbolize your everlasting love. Or go for a personalized piece with an engraving, their zodiac sign, favorite color gemstone, or their initial accented with pave diamonds. Because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Stop by or shop now at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Getting more as a My Lowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/125 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to
If
change.
a Lenovo gaming computer is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to score exclusive deals on the gaming PCs you want, like the Lenovo Legion Tower 5 Gen 10 gaming desktop and Lenovo Lock gaming laptop. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. From the DriveHubler.com studios, this is 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
WIBC HD2, W298BP, WIBC HD3, W228CX, Indianapolis.
The Colts head to Seattle to face the Seahawks. Coverage Sunday at 1:30 on 97.1 Hank FM.
The Ride with JMV.
Attention, whoever you are, this channel is reserved for emergency calls only.
Lady, do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
$29.95. That's Darren Andrews. If you want your real growing hair again, that's WeGrowHairIndy.com. You know how I do that 9 years running, and I'm thankful every day because I did want my real hair growing again. I didn't want the whole Costanza horseshoe design thing. I'm good with the way that I am. If you want to be bold, be bold. If you don't, do something about it with 317-522-2995 or WeGrowHairIndy.com. Today, hey, welcome back. We're at the Mousetrap on Keystone Avenue, the legendary Mousetrap, Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. It is week number 15 of our picks. Hey, still to come, Mike Chappell, the latest on DeForest Buckner, practice number 2 for Phillip Rivers, all the updates that's necessary for you coming up in about an hour or so be ready for that. And Kevin Todd's going to join us as well. You need to join us, too, at the Mousetrap because the samples are a flowing Brett Holverson.
They are, and this is a pretty special day because not only are we here at the Mousetrap, again, one of my favorite venues in all of the state of Indiana, we've got 2 wonderful guys that are sitting across from us right now. We've got Mike Cordo and Troy Krolsch over here. Going to join us, do some picks. But, gentlemen, today, let's talk a little bit about, we're going to get on our picks here, but real quick, little teaser. brand new happy hour kicking off here at the Mousetrap. Is that right?
Yes, we do have some new specials. We're kicking those off today. Those will be running from 4 to 6 every day. We have some Sunday specials as well. We're featuring Deep Eddy and Luna Zool and Evan Williams and some of our featured cocktails. So we have some great specials if you want to come out. We'll have those posted on our website and Facebook page. And you can come out and get some great cocktails, a lot cheaper than we normally offer them.
Well, let's get it right, though, because it's 4 to 6 on the Sunday through Thursday, and Friday and Saturday we're doing 6 to 8.
Go to hell to the
bands.
right there.
Yeah.
Warm it up, Chris. I'm about to crisscross action.
That's
right
awesome.
there.
Hey, looking forward to it. And
Oh,
again,
me
guys,
too.
we're happy to be back here. Thank you for having us back. And looking forward to a little bit of Week 15. It's been a wild NFL season. You know, we've been talking about the 44-year-old grandpa coming in. For the Colts, it's going to be interesting to pick 13.5-point dog going into Seattle. So we'll get to that here in a second.
What was the wildest thing that had happened? I mean, the Colts for one thing. Jeff Saturday, was that more wild than Phillip Rivers after 5 years? Was when they brought in Jeff Saturday?
Actually, no.
A handful of years ago.
I mean, that's up there, but I still think this out of the blue, 5 years removed, really kind of took me for a turn of the page.
Guys, what do you think?
Well, I'm 46, so I'm trying to picture myself 2 years ago, and I cannot imagine getting hit by a 21-year-old in the prime of his life.
Yeah.
I think 2 years ago you did get hit by a 21-year-old.
Yes, I had neck surgery because of it. So yes,
and what's tough to imagine is how much better of an option that clearly they believe he is than anybody else that would be out there too.
Are they grasping at straws right now?
I think that they're grasping at familiarity more than anything, aren't they? Because the straws that you'd be grasping, I mean, the Sam Ellinger and all that other crap. I mean, this is somebody that they trust could come in and like run it, and if he can run with Jonathan Taylor, maybe this number that we're going to talk about coming up here decreases just a little bit. I don't really see sitting here right now how in the world, Brent, that's going to happen.
I don't either. And again, hey, there's a lot going to be determined here in the next couple of days before if we see that he's going to start or if it's going to be Riley Leonard out there and he will come in. Again, I think you got a big Monday night game that's going to add a little bit of extra flash to it if Phillips back there too.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's going to be interesting though, and I think he's going to take some time. And again, 5 days is not a lot of time to get to know the scheme. Although he's very familiar with the plays. He runs similar schemes at coaching for his son's high school team out west. So it'll be interesting. Again, it's kind of up in the air. It's a coin flip.
Coin flip. Oh, you think it's a coin flip of a game?
I think it's a coin flip of this 13.5-point number.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like there's a big number. Who knows?
It could, and how it could be even better. I was really disappointed in the way they played last week. I mean, even with Daniel Jones going out, and I was most disappointing defensively. I mean, you put so much stock into what you have up front, for example, Latu and Pay, and you get absolutely zero pressure out of them. I mean, that is one thing regarding Chris Ballard, and everybody makes fun of Chris Ballard now, and rightly so, because everything really has touched or decided on has not worked out over the years here. This is just another aspect, but a lot of time and effort put into that defensive line and trying to find a consistent edge rush. Not only do they not find a consistent edge rush, you can't even find an edge rush, which is problematic, and we saw that come to the surface last week.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be problematic. But again, hey, you mentioned it. You had a quarterback with a broken stick, I think, as you referred to it. You're going to see Phillip Rivers a little bit more mobile than a guy with a broken stick, maybe. So maybe there's something there. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It could be the Geritol Bowl.
You guys ready for some picks here? Brent, you ready? Mike,
Absolutely.
are you ready? Now, who I have here, I'm sorry.
This is
Again.
Troy. I'm Troy.
Troy, sorry about that. Troy,
that's
good to
all right.
have you on board. We've got 4 making picks. Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots, week number 15. Corbin, can we cue did the band come with us from one location to the other? I'm going to make sure we get the band queued up here. There it is. The band's here.
We're back. We're live.
There we go. Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots, the Falcons and the Buccaneers. What in the world with the Buccaneers? How can I trust anything they do? I can't trust anything they do. However, I'm going to right here. 5.5-point favorites, Tampa Bay. I'm going to take the Buccaneers even though I don't trust them. Brent Halverson?
Yeah, I don't either. They got a lot of weapons coming back, though. I think this is going to be one of the first times that they've got a full receiving core out there. Minus K-Dot, and I think he's doubtful. But you got Mike Evans coming back. I think there's going to be some. I think it's going to be some good firepower out there, and they've got some stuff to do. I mean, they're sitting at 7-6. They've kind of fallen back a little bit. Came out with a hot start. I'm going to go ahead and take Tampa Bay here to cover as well, John. Give me the Buccaneers 27-20, cover the 5.5.
Mike.
I'm with the Bucs here, but I think the under's going to hit. Mike Evans being back is a huge deal, but the Falcons have a good defense, and there's going to be a lot of confusion, I think, with the new receivers or the old receivers coming back anew for the Bucs. I think the under and the Bucs.
Troy, what you got?
I originally thought Tampa, but I think I might go with Atlanta on this one. To be quite honest, I think they might sneak out and kind of put some shade on the new guys.
Speaking of another older quarterback, you got Mr. Cousins. He's not the double fours, but
not quite as old. Browns and Bears coming up. 7.5-point favorites. The Bears at Soldier Field in Chicago. Atlanta 7.5. Give me Chicago. Brent.
It is going to be a cold one in Soldier Field. I think they're calling for feels like 10 degrees or lower. It's going to be bad. And this Browns team, it's not Shedeur trying to find his way still. The Bears are for real, and I hate to say it. It pains me to say it. But they played the Packers extremely tough. It came down to that last play last week. Luckily, Keyshawn Nixon picked him off in the end zone to end it all with a big Packer W and the cover last week. I think the Bears get it done here. Lay the 7.5, buy that hook. 24-13 Bears.
Mike?
I'm with the Bears as well, but I think the under's going to hit. It's going to be sloppy. Shedeur's got small hands, am I right? So
yes,
that could be a problem, right? And the Bears coming off that loss to Green Bay, they're hungry. They want to, hover in there for that Central or for the North, I should say.
Man, we got to have big hands. You don't want to have small hands. You don't really want to be outed as having small hands.
You know what they say, John?
Poor Kenny Pickett.
Small hands, small gloves.
Well, that's what I've heard right there. Troy, what do you got next?
All right, both these teams are used to playing in the cold, so it's kind of a toss-up. But I would say Bears home field advantage. I think they got this one.
So, yeah. Joe Burrow, guys, you're talking about maybe what could be or may not be the future. A lot of questions, a lot of being knocked around regarding Joe Burrow. With the Bengals not being happy. And how would you with the way the season has gone for them? The Ravens on the road in Cincinnati, 2.5-point favorites. But the Ravens would do a little bit more damage than they have done consistently recently. I'm going to go ahead. Give me that 2.5. Give me the Bengals at home coming up this weekend, Brent.
Yeah, I agree with you. Cincinnati, they looked good against the Bills. I mean, that fourth quarter was the turn of the tail for what happened in Buffalo. But Cincinnati still covered last week against the Bills. I think Cincinnati actually gets the outright W here. Give me the 2.5 points. But I say Cincinnati wins 27-24 in a pretty good shootout.
Mike.
I'm with you. I think the Bengals they're gonna win the game outright, and I think they're gonna rally behind Burrow. I think his little whiny, crying, "Help me out" here is going to rally them a little bit. And Baltimore really has little to play for. They're really failing.
Nobody's ever heard that in Cincinnati before. The whining and crying to help me out. It's like routine over there with their teams for real. All right, Troy, what do you got?
Well, judging from a bunch of Cincinnati people that show up here, I'm used to the whining and crying. But I do have Cincinnati in this one. I'm not a gambler, but I'm putting $1 on this game for Cincinnati to win it. I think they've got the over and everything.
Hey, guys, one of the better teams we have seen here recently, the Texas 9.5-point favorites. That's a lot of points for a team that sometimes can struggle offensively, but man, will absolutely choke you out defensively. Lay that 9.5 and give me the Texans against Arizona. Brent.
Yeah, this is a big number here, but that Texans defense is for real. I think they're going to cause some havoc on Jacoby Brissett and the Arizona Cardinals. I think it's going to be really close to that number. I got the Texans winning by 10. That means they cover 9.5, 27-17 Texans.
What do you got, Mike?
Well, I'm with you on the Texans, but 9.5's a lot for a 42.5-point over-under. I think they're going to go well over. Brissett's been on fire, but the Texans have the best defense I've seen in a long time. So I still have the Texans, but I'm going to go over.
Troy.
I got the Texans, but I think it's going to be lower scoring than a lot of people. I think it's going to be a defensive game, and I think the score is going to be I would take the under on this one.
It's largely Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. Jaguars feeling pretty good about what they did last week at home against the Colts, 13.5-point favorites against the Jets. Consistency has not been the forte for Jacksonville, regardless of what you saw at home against the Colts last week. I'm going to go ahead and play this simply for the points. So give me the 13.5 and give me the Jets on the road against Jacksonville. Brent.
That's scary because I have the Jets also, and we're betting on Brady Cook right now, who is the rookie out of Missouri, quarterback for the Jets. It's going to be an interesting task for him. But again, a lot of points. Jacksonville's playing some really good ball right now, 4 consecutive wins in a row. I think Jacksonville still wins this game. I think they win by 10 is what I got it at, 30-20, but I'll take the Jets plus the 13 and a hook.
Hey, Mike.
You know what? I had the Jets coming in here, but I don't want to agree with everything you guys say because I could have gone either way. Jacksonville is on fire, man. 13.5 is a ton of points with a rookie quarterback for the Jets, so I'm not sure they can get anything done. So I'm going to switch my pick and go Jacks.
What do you got over there, Troy?
I'm going Jacksonville. I mean, I've never had much faith in the Jets, especially this season. And Jacksonville is on fire. So, yeah, we're going with that one.
End of an era in Kansas City, right? I mean, that's the way that it is. 5.5-point favorites, though, against the Chargers. And if there's a team out there that's supposed to be higher level you can't trust, it would be L.A. In this case, I guess, coming off of Monday night. And the Colts really need the Chargers. They need a lot of things right now, but the Chargers to lose, you can start right there. I'm going to take that to 5.5, however. Give me the Chargers on the road because, again, as I mentioned, the era is ending in Kansas City with a relative thud. Brett Halverson.
It has been a thud, but I 2 consecutive losses are sitting at 6 and 7. I think this Chiefs team is going to come out and play. I think they're going to come out and get it done in the toilet bowl of Arrowhead Stadium.
I hate it.
Give me the Chiefs, 24-17. They cover the 5.5.
Mike?
Well, I think the Chiefs are waving the white flag now. Chargers are going to come in to Kansas City and beat them pretty good. I think they're going to cover it as well.
Which is bad for the Colts, no doubt about that. Troy, what are you thinking?
Every time I drive by that field of the Kansas City Chiefs, I give the finger out my window. I do not like that team
either. I hate that stadium.
But, yeah, they've got this. As much as I can't stand them, yeah, this might be a lock.
So the Bills on our Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots Week 15. 1.5-point favorites on the road in New England, which may seem a little bit odd, but maybe a little bit of momentum has been built with the Bills. Lay that 1.5. Give me Buffalo.
Wow, you're on Buffalo.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Well, this is an interesting. There's 2 games that we have exactly like this. Buffalo at the Patriots.
Yep.
Patriots with 10 wins in a row. They're 11-2, and you have the 9-4 Bills that are up and down, favored at New England. And you also have that other game coming up we'll talk about here in a minute with Green Bay and Detroit, or then Denver. Same thing. The away team is favored over a team that's won 10 in a row and also 11-2. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and take the dog here. I think the Patriots win the game. 27-24 outright. You're going to give me 1.5 points. I'm going to take it.
What do you got, Mike?
1.5 points isn't much, but I'm with New England as well. The only thing that I'm hesitant about is that 10 wins in a row. That's a lot for a young team to go to 11 wins in a row, which I believe would be some kind of record, right?
Yeah.
I'm still sticking with New England because Buffalo, I think, has problems.
What do you got, Troy?
This is a toss-up, but just out of spite, I'm putting $1 on the Buffalo Bills.
Put that $1.
I really think they're going to win this one.
Oh, the Commanders Mariota led now. For real. Rest of the way, 2.5-point underdogs on the road with the Giants. Lay that 2.5. Give me the Giants. Brent.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think it's going to be a close game. It's kind of a tale of 2 different teams, both in the wrong direction. Jackson Dart, I think he's your difference maker in this game. Give me the Giants 27-23, cover the 2.5.
Mike.
Well, between them, they have 15 straight losses, so somebody's got to win, right?
Yeah.
I'll go with the Giants as well, just because they have their original name.
Well done. Now, what are you thinking about that game, Troy?
I think it's going to be a hard game to watch if I even tune in.
That's why you should put $1 on it. That way you have a little bit of vetted
I am not
interest.
putting $1 on anything on that even come close to this, but I'm going to say Washington on this one.
Raiders, Eagles, Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots Week 15. Man, Nick Sirianni's team, I don't know. And then all the talk about, are you going to bench Jalen Hurts? He said that's ridiculous. Well, what's not ridiculous, the Eagles are definitely playing down to the competition. Will they do that against the Raiders at home this weekend? That's 11.5 points. That's a lot of points. I'm going to go ahead and take the Raiders on the road until proven wrong by the Eagles being able to cover a large spread like that. That offense seems to be in a level of disarray. Give me the Raiders, Brent.
Yeah, this is, again, one of those games I will not be touching. I think it's going to be cold. I think Raiders are going to struggle out in that cold. You know, Philadelphia, they have looked horrible these last 3 weeks. And that game, Jalen Hurts had 5 turnovers last week. He had 4 interceptions. There was that one play where he threw an interception. He got the ball back, then he fumbled it in the same play. You had 2 turnovers in one play. I think it's going to be a rebound on that. I don't like these all these points, but give me the Eagles 24-10, lay the 11.5.
That's Mike.
Way too many points on the spread, but the Eagles have something to prove. They're way too talented to let that go, and I think kind of sometimes you respond with that, and if they just keep the ball out of A.J. Brown's lack of hands, they'll be fine.
What do you got over there, Troy?
I think Philly's got this one. At the same time, that spread's pretty big. So either they're going to go way under or they're going to blow it out of the water.
So the Broncos haven't been to the postseason since Dev, our engineer, was in high school. Is that correct? It's been a while right there. Firmly in the AFC. 2.5-point underdogs at home against the Pack. I know people don't trust Bo Nix. I know a lot of people don't firmly believe in the Broncos, but give me that 2.5 and give me Denver. Brent Holverson.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw something out here. This is one of those games that you've got a team that is 11-2, 10 wins in a row, playing at home. You've got a very hot Green Bay team that's coming in, but Denver's a tough place to play. And I did talk to a buddy of mine that lives out in Colorado today. It's gonna be 60 degrees out there, which is a little bit off kilter from what we're going to be looking at here.
Next week at some time too.
We're getting all that coming in for Christmas, but we're in that polar vortexing right now. I'm going to do this more out of reverse psychology than anything. Give me the Denver Broncos 23-20 over the Pack plus 2.5.
What do you got over there, Mike?
See, I thought I was going to break Brent's heart. He knows I grew up a Green Bay fan until the Colts got into town when I was a teenager. But I'm going with Denver as well. I did not know about the 60 degrees, but that's a tough place to play, especially coming off the victory against Chicago.
That's it, yes.
So I'm with Denver.
Hello, Troy.
I'm on Denver also. I mean, sorry, Brent.
I hope we're all wrong.
You know where I feel about Green Bay, but
I do.
As much as I would love for them to win this, I just don't see it happening.
Disappointing with the Lions, but 6 points on the road against the Rams. Maybe your MVP is Matthew Stafford. I'm going to take the 6 and give me the Lions on the road.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing, John. I think it's a lot of points. I think this is a field goal game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I got the Rams winning 27-24, but Detroit covering. Give me Detroit plus 6.
What do you got over there, Mike?
Well, neither one of them have any DBs, so I'm still going with the Rams, though. I think that over might hit.
Yeah,
I'm with the Rams.
Troy?
I'm a Detroit guy. I'm going Detroit on this one. You just got to.
So the Niners are in on Monday night coming up next week. That's week 16. We'll pick that next week. We'll be with Tommy S. down at Coach's Tavern downtown. We'll talk about that coming up a little bit later on because Tommy S. is in the house. However, the Niners are 12.5-point favorites against the Titans. We know the Titans to be an absolute disaster. The number 1 overall selection when they earn that this season is going to be of high value. That continues. Lay the 12.5 and give me the Niners in Santa Clara this weekend. Brent?
Oh, okay. We got to go back and get the Panthers-Saints game.
Oh, I do probably should do that, shouldn't I? I jumped ahead.
We're going, okay, so we got San Fran minus 12.5, a big number, playing the Tennessee Titans, fresh off a win, their second one of the year. I think San Fran just goes in there and cruises, though. Give me San Francisco, lay the 12.5, 31-17 victors.
Mike!
I do not see the Tennessee Titans have a 2-week winning streak. So I'm with the Niners.
I'm right there with you. What do you got, Troy?
I think this is, if we had to pick a lock, I think this is the one that nobody can argue with. San Francisco all the way.
Larceny Bourbon Lock Saloon is to keep the shots. Mousetrap on Keystone. With a 3-point favorite, the Panthers on the road against the Saints. It's a game that we were just talking about a moment ago. I'm going to go and lay that 3. Give me the road Carolina Panthers, Brent Holverson.
Yeah, I'm going to shock the system here. I know Carolina's coming off a bye. They've been playing some good ball.
Yeah.
But I think the New Orleans Saints going to get a W here. They won last week. Give me the Saints, 23-20. I got them plus 3. Give me the Saints.
Mike of the Mousetrap.
I think the Panthers, they beat some really good teams this year. They're just coming along, and I think it's their time. It's within division. They don't have to travel very far. I think the Saints were a little bit lucky to win last week, and they're up and down, so Carolina's going to win.
Hello, Troy.
I agree with Mike. This is going to be a close one. I say put it 3 points, but I think I've got Carolina on this one.
Hey, I was digging the Vikings last week, honestly. 5.5 point. What is that? 5.5 point dogs. I'm sorry, on the road against Dallas. It's funny. Dallas, every time I go with Dallas, they don't do me a service. So I'm going to go ahead and take that 5.5 break. Give me the Vikings.
Yeah, this is a tough one here. I just think Dallas are so talented offensively. They don't have a great defense. But I think they're going to look to bounce back here. And I think Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy, I mean, they have not done anything with Justin Jefferson all year. Just it's mind-boggling. But I think we've got a high-scoring game here. I like Cowboys winning 30-20. Play the 5.5.
Mike of the Mousetrap.
I think Minnesota's going to come back. Like they followed last week's shutout, right? They had a shutout last week, right?
They did.
They were strong last week.
Dallas has still got some problems. 8% left. They have an 8% chance of making the playoffs. I don't think their guys are buying into this. So Minnesota's going to take the game outright.
What do you got, Troy?
I think Dallas is going to come out strong in the first quarter, and then Minnesota's just going to shut them down. I think they're going to have hopes and dreams and then just lose them.
I don't know why I'm doing this here. I'm just taking the points, I guess, more than anything else. And, the Steelers up, down, whatever. 3.5 point favorites against the Dolphins. And I don't know what the weather's going to be. You're like the weather guy over here.
It's
Brent,
cold.
So
It's going to be cold.
It's
going to be awful.
So I'm sure the Dolphins are probably, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and change my pick for that right now, too. I think, I'm going to lay the 3. Give me the Steelers because it's cold. Well done, weather guy. Thank you, Brent. What do you got?
Hey, I get it all from Lindsey Monroe, our great friend.
I'm sure you do.
No, hey, I for that reason alone, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Miami's their stats are in the cold, or they're just horrible. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Steelers. I'll lay the 3.5 by the half point. As always, 24-17, Steelers win.
Mike,
it's a game that nobody cares about really, but. Who wants to save their coach more, I guess, And Miami seems to be on fire. They got the feeling. They got everything going with them. If they're ever going to win a game in Pittsburgh, maybe this is the time.
All right, Troy.
Miami. Yep.
All right, I even made this in my notes earlier. I mean, it's a cold win. I think Pittsburgh gets it. Miami, not a chance. I mean, it's going to be horrible. And, I don't think Miami is going to show up.
So I've got a Colts pregame huddle for you. Starts around 1:30, I think, coming up on Sunday. That's going to lead you into countdown to kickoff, which will lead you in to the Colts and the Seahawks, a part of week number 15. We know what happened to the Colts last week. Daniel Jones is done. The drama this week has been you're bringing back a guy that hasn't played in 5 years. Phillip Rivers, the age of 44. Riley Leonard is healthy enough to practice in full. So does he start coming up on Sunday, or is it Phillip Rivers? The Colts desperately need a win against one of the better defenses in the NFL and one of the better teams we have seen in Seattle. This is a robust line right here. As Brent mentioned a little bit earlier, it was 3.5 last week. It's 13.5 given the circumstances for the Colts right now. You know about the injuries on the defensive side. Mooney Ward, IR. We'll see about DeForest Buckner coming back from the neck situation. Sauce Gardner, you know that as well. All this to me is incredibly problematic, but that's a big number. It's a big number, I think, to entrust in Sam Darnold. And I don't have these visions of greatness right here, but I do have the visions of the Colts covering. Seahawks win 28-17 in that game.
We're pretty close on that
28-17 Seahawks. The Colts cover, but they lose on Sunday. Brent?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And again, this is one of those games you just don't know, right? There's so many unknowns right now. We don't even know who's going to be quarterback. However, that's a drastic line move by having one guy going down. Well, actually, a couple, but really out of that game, one guy with Daniel Jones. I'm going to go ahead and take those points as well. Give me the Colts to cover the 13.5. I got Seattle 27 over the Colts 17.
Can you get a couple of rushing touchdowns here or there? Maybe, Mike. Could you even get them in position offensively? We're not feeling that?
I'm going to go against you because I think Seattle's going to blow us out. I really do. I think it's going to be confusion over who's playing. I mean,
you think the season ends officially on Sunday in Seattle? That's
possibly.
How that is.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. But I've got Seattle. I think they got something to prove. Plus, I'm a really good fantasy football player, and I'm going to play off again. And I started to start Sam Darnold. So
that's why I picked
him up to start it.
Got to roll it
over Love.
There's some motives working right there. Troy, what do you got?
I think it's Seattle, but if our quarterback, our old guy, if he makes it out of the first quarter, I do give him some odds. But
so the first quarter is going to tell the tale.
Yeah, if he gets hit once in that first quarter, game's over.
What if Riley Leonard starts?
Then I think it's Colts. But if it's not him, then Seattle wins.
So you're laying the 13.5, taking Seattle?
Depends on the first quarter. Like, can we adjust the odds?
We can't. That's the unfortunate thing about picking on
my money's on Seattle.
Seattle. All right, gotcha.
Well, 50 cents anyway.
Yeah.
Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. Hey, Mike, you guys got a lot of stuff going on here coming up tonight.
We do.
Don't you?
Yeah. Well, we got EDM tonight.
EDM?
We do every Thursday.
That's what Blake
but
told
we've got
me.
a great weekend. We've got one of the best bluegrass bands coming up from around the country.
Does anybody go from EDM to bluegrass around here?
We do. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, those kids have to go home eventually.
They do.
We've got a really good Saturday night show, Armchair Boogie. With Booze Hounds Bluegrass. So they're local guys. Armchair Boogie's out of town. They're really big.
Oh, both these guys are great.
Yeah, amazing. That's Saturday night. That's all we have going on this weekend after tonight.
Do they do anything like the Darlings did on Andy Griffith's show back in the day? The Bluegrass, the Darlings? You remember the Darlings?
Probably.
Oh, man,
It's a little more advanced than that, but yes.
A little bit more dance. Oh, it's not like Dooley. They do the song Dooley. Nobody's got an idea. Am I that old? Really?
You are old. Yeah,
I think so.
Hey, where's Phillip Rivers? Hey,
Younger.
Corbin, get Phillip Rivers to call in so we can have
going out to play. What
Andrew Griffith conversation. All right, and you guys got what else you got coming up here, Mike?
Oh man, we always have something. We just introduced you guys were talking about earlier the new happy hour menu, and we've always got really great food. A lot of people miss out on the fact that we have all these chain restaurants around town. But we've got really good homemade specials every day. You can come in the middle of the afternoon and get lasagna or homemade meatloaf.
Yes.
The
best chicken salad in the state of Indiana.
Yeah,
the food
chicken
specials.
salad.
People sleep
and our
on
tenderloins
those.
are as good as anybody out there, man.
Yeah.
They really are. They really are. So, come visit. We got great prices and great food
and samples.
Yeah.
And
From Heaven Hill Distillery right here, which I'm in need of right here. Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. Troy.
One other question for you guys. New Year's Eve coming up, and you guys always have a grateful New Year's Eve. Is that High Riders?
High Rider will be here New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Look at that.
No. New Year's Eve's Eve and
is
New
it
Year's
Eve and Eve? No, I thought it was Eve
New
and
Year's
Day.
Day is for football. Well, it used to be, but it's still for football-ish.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve's Eve, so it's Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe.
December 30th and then December 31st.
That's right.
Two nights of High Rider.
Yep. Yeah, get your tickets now because this sells out every year.
Yeah.
And
Bill
you
Walton
did not
called
want to be
them the
left in the
greatest
cold.
Grateful Dead tribute band they'd ever heard before he passed away, and gave them a song to sing for them.
That's right.
Just
that
a High Rider. He
Bill
Walton
was a High Rider fan.
Huge fan.
And they played it here, and he was streaming during that, right?
Yes, that's right.
That's awesome. They do a lot of great stuff here, man. And again, High Rider is one of my favorite. It is my favorite band in the state of Indiana and beyond. But always great, and what you guys have done here, I mean, outstanding, my friend. What you've done for live music, keeping the great food here, the great people, just a great place for people to come to. I mean, hats off to both you guys and the entire staff.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys very
Mike
much.
and Troy right here. Brett's going to rejoin me in a second. Windshielder Spreadability. You can find it right across the road here on Keystone, right across Keystone Avenue at Meyer. We're talking original sharp cheddar bacon and cheddar and jalapeno pepper. The spreadability and elite level snacking of Windshielder's. Get it at your favorite Meyer location today. Quick break. We'll come back. Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. The latest on DeForest Buckner coming up at the top of the hour. And day 2 with Phillip Rivers with Mike Chappell from CBS 4 and Fox 59. This is 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
This holiday season, remember, it's not only the thought that counts. 'Tis the season for gifting responsibly by only gifting Hoosier Lottery scratch-offs to adults 18+.
You'll get more than you expect with McValue at McDonald's. Like deals on your late night go-tos when the party goes till dawn. And savings on their faves. So date night always passes the vibe check. Plus, when the fam shows up for the weekend, you can show out for breakfast.
Enjoy a $3 sausage McMuffin with egg or egg McMuffin and pair it with a $1.49 any size Coke. Price of participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer.
The Fan cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at 1075thefan.com.
Bowling, 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 keep them balls a-rolling. Bowling, 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 Royal Pin.
The holidays are rolling in at Royal Pin Entertainment.
Celebrate the season your way with cheer-filled holiday parties. From thrilling bowling lanes to action-packed laser tag, there's fun for everyone. And when it's time to refuel, enjoy delicious catering options that'll satisfy any crowd. Need to unwind? The full-service bars are ready to serve. At Royal Pin Entertainment, they cater to events of all sizes with some of the largest event spaces in Indianapolis. Perfect for corporate Christmas parties, family gatherings, or any festive get-together. Give your group the unforgettable holiday experience they're hoping for.
Set 'em up, knock 'em down, send them flying, spinning round.
Book your holiday event now at royalpin.com. That's royalpin.com.
Royal Pin, bowling, bowling. Royal Pin.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify. The Ride with JMV.
It's not like IU and the program. Scott Dolson and Kurt Signetti just didn't trip into something great here. Oh, all of a sudden we kind of fell into greatness. It's not like somebody where you're getting this inheritance. I mean, Kurt Signetti, his inheritance was crap water for decades. This is the greatest coaching job we have ever seen.
The Ride with JMV.
Weekdays 3 to 6.
On 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Hey, it's John here from Moyer Fine Jewelers. How you doing, Brandon? Let me get to the Moyer Fine Jewelers read right here because it's really important, Brandon. We got to make sure we tell everybody all about Moyer Fine Jewelers and making sure that if you're going to take that relationship to the next level, you do that and you do that right. And you do that with Dan Moyer and Moyer Fine Jewelers. They only sell the natural diamonds, hand-selected, top quality, competitive prices. And if you mention my name, say JMV sent me, you get $500 off. Now through Christmas Eve, that engagement ring is the most important thing you will ever do. Make sure you do it with Dan Moyer and Moyer Fine Jewelers at Moyer Fine Jewelers in Carmel, MoyerFineJewelers.com today. Also, if you're thinking about a great gift-giving idea for the holiday season, if it's an engagement ring, yes. But what about the watch collection, which is awesome? With no gimmicks and the best lineup anywhere, including Omega, Breitling, David Yurman, and more under one roof, too. Don't fumble the holiday season. Go big for that gift-giving idea at Moyer Fine Jewelers in Carmel. Mention JMV, get $500 off. Again, that engagement ring purchase, Moyer Fine Jewelers, just north of 146th Street in Carmel, MoyerFineJewelers.com today.
The Ride with JMV.
No, this isn't an argument. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. It's just contradiction. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. It is not. It is. You just contradicted me. No, I didn't. Oh, you did. No. You did just now. No, nonsense. Oh, look, this is futile. No, it isn't.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Back to the mousetrap. That is Corbin back in the studio. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to everybody. I mean, everybody that's working really hard in our new studio, our new building. That is Meridian and St. Joseph's. I'm very excited about that. I've not been in there yet other than to set up the computers for me. But we will be doing, I think, Sunday, the Colts pregame huddle out of there beginning at 1:30. That'll be fun. And then my first show will be on Monday. A couple of things. Coming up tomorrow, Greenfield location, the Depot. Cannot wait to see you guys all there. That's a Bud Light Blue Friday, the Depot in Greenfield. I do have a surprise, and as long as this works out, because Brent Halverson rejoins from Heaven Hill Distillery, and this is coming up tomorrow, but the holiday season is here. Is there a film you think about in terms of the holiday season that immediately comes to mind?
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation.
Chevy Chase.
Is there a second place?
Yeah, and it's really, it's a couple, right? But Home Alone, because
What
my
about
kids
what's
love
Christmas
it.
Story for you?
It's down a couple notches.
Is it really?
It is.
This is just completely killing my tease right here, but that's okay.
Oh, no, I love it. It's now moved back up.
I'm glad it moved it back
Ralphie,
up.
baby.
Ralphie. Well, interestingly enough, Ralphie, I believe the actor Peter Billingsley is going to join the show tomorrow.
Is that right?
3:10. And I don't think this dude ever does anything.
Wow.
Seriously, I don't think he does anything. Now, we'll see. Last check I had before I walked in here that he wanted to come on the show a little bit after 3 tomorrow. And who am I to say, Messy Marvin, you can't come on the show? Because if you remember, not only was he known for being in A Christmas Story back in the 80s, but he was Messy Marvin on the Hershey's chocolate
That's
syrup
right.
commercials.
Yes, yeah.
Messy Marvin.
Messy Marvin.
Was Peter Billingsley. And in fact, Peter Billingsley with our good friend Jimi Hendrix and the gang over at the Miral, the Egyptian Room, next week, he is hosting a screening for the film A Christmas Story.
Oh, wow.
And then taking on a Q&A from the audience afterwards. And the tickets are available for that. But he actually sent an email, and I said, cool. So I think that Ralphie from A Christmas Story, Peter Billingsley, is going to join us coming up tomorrow.
That's pretty cool.
At 3 o'clock. This is going to be on the phone, but we'll all be live at the Depot on a Bud Light Blue Friday tomorrow.
How old of a guy you think Ralphie is
I
these
think he's
days?
my age.
Is he?
Maybe a click or two beneath.
Yeah?
I'm 55. I'm going to be 56 next week. We'll celebrate at Twin Peaks
happy
in
early
Greenwood.
birthday.
Thank
Happy
you very
early
much.
birthday.
So next Tuesday, we'll celebrate at Twin Peaks in Greenwood. But
the real party we're going to celebrate you on is going to be at Coach's Tavern.
That's what Tommy
next
S over
Thursday.
there, man.
Right,
We're
yeah.
back again.
You got a full week of celebrations then.
Coach's Tavern coming up next week, which will be awesome. But yeah, tomorrow the Depot in Greenfield, Bud Light Blue Friday. We'll have Colts tickets for you as well. And normally what we do on a Friday, including Voice of the Hoosiers, Don Fisher, and what they accomplished last week was absolutely incredible. You got to love it too. You got to love this IU football team. The best coaching up this on Sunday. If Phillip Rivers starts, plays, and can do anything to a high level, this will be one of the greatest stories ever told. The greatest coaching job of all time has been put together over the last 2 years by Curt Cignetti. College football has never had a story like that. Never, ever, and never will.
I absolutely agree, and I love that you used.
And then Sharon Moore, there's never been a story in Ann Arbor quite like that for a completely different reason. But yes, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I love that you used a Grateful Dead song, The Greatest Story Ever Told, to go into that. So, hey, that all flows in with where we're at here at the Mousetrap. But yeah, that's going to be, how awesome was that? And then so it looks like we have it's New Year's Day game, right? The Hoosiers play New Year's Day. There's going to be a lot of fun-packed football. And look at all the backlash. We're going to see some changes, I think, coming up. If not next year, the following for sure. I know they're talking about expanding up to 16 teams, but we're getting a lot of teams that just don't want to play in bowl games, right? Look at Notre Dame. They got snubbed.
No, they just grabbed that ball and went home.
They grabbed the ball and said, we're done with it.
But other teams did that as well. The
yeah,
programs did. But Notre Dame, obviously, when they do that, that makes significant news.
I had a hard time when we were watching that the other day. It was tough to see, right? Because I just got done watching Alabama just get their teeth kicked in.
Yes.
And they get the 9 seed.
Right.
And I don't like where Indiana's sitting right there with the winner of the Alabama-Oklahoma game when you have some other teams like Tulane, James Madison. Now, granted, they won their conference. They're great, good. But they're not the level of team play that's going on.
Notre Dame would beat them by
Notre Dame would blow their doors off, yes. So it's just,
And I'm not a Notre Dame fan.
I'm not either, John. I'm not either.
If you're going to put the best in, put the best in.
Absolutely.
Stop jacking around.
I 100% agree. And again, it is what it is right now. I'm just happy that they have created this playoff system up from the 4 teams. Now we're at with 12 and get to 16. It's growing. I think soon it'll be it definitely will be fine-tuned a little bit. But hey, looking forward to it. I think the Hoosiers, again, what they've done, what the buzz around town. We've been fortunate, right, with some Indiana. Just look at the Pacers last year, what they did, what they do for the city, and for great places like the Mousetrap and Coaches and Joe's Grill and all these great bars. People come out and celebrate. They like to watch, celebrate, and it just creates a whole new environment. I've seen a lot of footage from from accounts all over of just people just celebrating and saying out. That's what it's all about, and especially this time of season.
Yeah, DJ writes this too. Hey, JMV, don't say never for college football. It only takes an old player with eligibility left to go back for the NIL payment. Listen, from where IU was, what they were known in history, and where they are right now, there is never going to be a greater story told. Never. There is never going to be a better coaching job. Back-to-back years for Curt Cignetti. And, I mean, think about raising the bar on last year. Well, we thought last year was incredible. I mean, there's never been as good a job, and I feel pretty calm in suggesting there will never be a better job than that ever again.
To take a program from what it was to where it is, and you mentioned NIL, right? You've got to be smart about what you're doing with the whole NIL thing. The Hoosiers, well, they never were good. They weren't paying under the table like everybody else was. And now that it's on an even playing field, but you got smart people back there knowing where to go, pulling the right people together, and you have that sharp. And then look what it's awesome, man. I've got chills right now even talking about it, and I cannot wait to watch the Hoosiers play and to go deep.
Fernando Mendoza is the AP College Football Player of the Year. Should win the Heisman coming up this weekend as well. But Don Fisher, voice of the Hoosiers, will join us coming up on tomorrow's show. Yeah, okay, I won't say anything. Don't worry. Keystone Mousetrap is our location today. We did our picks week 15, Varsity Bourbon Locks. Luna Zil Tequila Shots. Mike Chappell in about 15 minutes will tell us all about Phillip Rivers, practice day number 2. DeForest Buckner will check that with the whole neck situation, what he has gone through to this point as well, and how they can stay. And, you know, the Vegas odds, as you mentioned, Brent, went from 3.5 last week as the Colts being an underdog to 13.5 coming up on Sunday right now. So clearly there wasn't a believer in the first place, but there is significantly non-belief in what this team can do in Seattle. And I think there's a lot of really good, solid reason behind that.
Oh, there is. And again, you know, to see that line, when I first saw it, I was a little bit like, wow, that's giving the Colts a lot of credit, really, you know, 'cause Seattle, what they're doing, and Colts playing with a banged-up quarterback, and then to see it jump 10 points on top of that, that's a pretty hefty move. So, hey, you never know. And again, let's see what happens. You know, if it's going to be Riley Leonard or Old Man Rivers out there. We've got some. Got to have Jonathan Taylor. We got to have the whole offense clicking though, and that defense has to step up and play. And that's what it's going to come down to.
Offensive line, protect. I don't care who's out there. You got to do something.
You have to. Absolutely right.
317-239-1070. That is the text line. JMV is a Purdue fan. We cannot acknowledge what IU has accomplished. Miraculous. It is mind-blowing. It is, and it always will be. That is never, ever going to change. BullseyeEventGroup.com. Colts VIP tailgate presented by Hayes & Sons Restoration. We did the Big Ten title game pregame party last Saturday. It was awesome. Going to be awesome before that Monday nighter. I'll be down there a week from Monday beginning at 3. Doors will open around 5 o'clock too. Make sure you're a part of it. All you can eat, all you can drink with BullseyeEventGroup.com. And the Colts VIP tailgate presented by Hayes & Sons Restoration. That's DJ Skids and our friend Laura Steele, and a party downtown right next to Lucas Oil Stadium. Make sure you're a part of that. I've got passes for you coming up next week, but make sure you're a part of that on a Monday night with BullseyeEventGroup.com. Brent rejoins on the other side. Next hour or so, we've got Mike Chappell, CBS 4 and Fox 59. We've got Kevin Todd, best friend, Brent Halverson. We've got the Mousetrap on Keystone, Varsity Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. Don't go anywhere. 93.5, 107.5 The Fan.
I'm Mark Boyle, voice of the Indiana Pacers. For your best shot at better water, go local with C&J Water. They're Hoosiers serving Hoosiers, bringing cleaner, safer, better-tasting water to homes across central Indiana. When you purchase a new water softener in November or December, C&J Water donates to the Pacers Foundation, helping those in need here at home. Better water for your family, helping those in need at home and abroad. For your best shot at better water, trust the local pros at C&J Water.
It's a new season with a new QB.
Football is back.
And so are Bud Light Blue Fridays.
Every week, join JMV starting at 3 for ice cold Bud Light specials, football talk, and chances for you to snag tickets to Colts games and get some amazing swag on us.
And get in on the football toss for a chance to win a trip to Las Vegas for your shot at Super Bowl tickets.
Join JMV this Friday at 3 at the Depot in Greenfield.
Bud Light Blue Fridays.
Baseball great Lou Gehrig was known as the Iron Horse for playing 2,130 consecutive games. But it was his reaction to his greatest challenge, the fatal diagnosis of ALS, that made Gehrig a household name and a beacon of strength for all those facing the disease. The Live Like Lou Foundation honors Lou's legacy and inspires hope for a world where ALS is no longer fatal. Donate or volunteer today at livelikeLou.org.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling. Owner James Swindle says chances are good that they can help you.
We pretty much do anything heating and cooling related. We're mainly residential, but we do light commercial. We do regular air conditioners, heat pumps, gas furnaces, propane, oil heat, boilers, mini splits, geothermal. I mean, it's really endless, the things that we are able to do.
It all starts by going to PricePointComfort.com. Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Soccer Saturday featuring Indy 11. If this is your football, this is your show. Saturday at 9 on The Fan.
Hey, welcome back. District Tap 2 location, downtown, Clearwater Crossing. Hey, Thursday night at the District Tap is awesome, too. Damn good food. You got TVs everywhere to watch the Thursday night game, of course. If you're wanting to watch some hoop, you got everything you need right there. And happy hour specials that are great. Epicenter downtown, you know that to be true. District Tap. Shout out to our friend Michael. Plus, a great place if you're having a holiday party. Private rooms, event space, live music. To find out more, that's thedistricttab.com.
The Ride with JMV.
Excuse me, sir. There's been a little problem in the cockpit.
The cockpit? What is it?
It's the little room in the front of the plane where the pilots sit. That's not important right now.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Back to the Mousetrap, everybody. We love it. Mike has the place. A little EDM action later on tonight. How many people dig on the EDM out there? Hey, tell me, 317-239-1070, if you have a favorite EDM artist. Now, if you're old, like I am, but if you're old, you may not know what EDM means. ED means something completely different than EDM. Let me tell you that. You don't want ED. You do want EDM. EDM is electronic dance music. EDM in this particular era, I think, has been owned most recently. Ethan, are you an EDM guy over there? Is John Summit like the pinnacle or the summit, if you will, of EDM right now? John Summit, who I think once upon a time in Chicago was I think he was an accountant or something. And I think that's kind of the MO of these EDM guys. They kind of grow up dorks, don't they? And they're on their computers and geeking out, and then they end up making a lot of money like Deadmau5 and others because they can do this EDM stuff. But it is incredibly entertaining, and they've got you here at the Mousetrap, no matter we're talking EDM like later on tonight, or, if you're talking about bluegrass, right? They have all levels of music here, of greatness at the Mousetrap, don't they, Brent?
They have all levels, and they bring in some outstanding acts. They've had some huge acts here. I think Green Sky Bluegrass played here back in the day.
Did Billy Strings play here ever?
No, I don't believe he did. But Billy Strings is coming to the Fishers Event Center in April for 3 nights.
You love William Strings.
I do love me some William Strings.
William Strings.
Going to have some good stuff going on at Mystic Waters Campground for that nice little April. I think it's the 23rd, 4th, and 5th, something like that coming up. So looking forward to that next year. But yeah, Mousetrap music. And you mentioned Altered Thursdays. Jason King started that here many, many years ago, and it's very successful. I mean, a lot of people come out for it. Next night will be something totally different, of course, and then they just do a lot of great music throughout. So it's pretty awesome.
Deadmau5 or Calvin Harris, that's from Jordan and Carmel. The top of the EDM. Have you ever heard of either one of them?
I've heard of Deadmau5.
Calvin Harris.
Nope, I don't.
Derek says Avicii. I believe Avicii is no longer with us. That was another one from back in the day as well. There have been some significant crossovers. In fact, Calvin Harris, I always thought if you're an EDM artist and you brought on a really popular voice, because I think Calvin Harris did the song Sweet Nothing with Florence from Florence and the Machine. So I think when you bring on Who did the Chainsmokers? Did Chris Martin of Coldplay as well? The Chainsmokers, another EDM band out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. I know way too much about all this.
You're dialed in, man.
Either Syracuse or Ann Arbor, Michigan. One of the
Blake's
other.
taught you a lot. Sounds like.
Yeah, Blake's
impressed.
Blake's all over me with that right there. So.
You need to get some like '80s EDM remix stuff going on. That'd be right up
you
your
can
alley.
absolutely do that. I've always said this for Clayton Anderson, our good friend Clayton Anderson. I always thought, man, we need to come up with like a remix, an EDM song, and have him, hit a couple of notes, hit a couple of lines in it, and see what we can do with it.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I think that'd sound really good. But yeah, EDM night is what they're going to have later on tonight, and that's a weekly event, right?
Every
here at the
Thursday,
Mousetrap.
every Thursday we'll hopefully get Mike back up here. But I want to say it's been going on for 15 plus years, so
that's not bad.
And it's they do great things. And again, when you have a great staff and you have a great venue, great food, great drinks, and you bring in some music, you bring all types of people coming in. That's what you get a place like the Mousetrap, and they do it and do it well.
Skrillex, you ever heard of that?
I have heard of Skrillex.
Stevie Aoki, you ever heard of him? Now, a lot of these guys have played in the Snake Pit before during the 500.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been to the Snake Pit during the 500 when it's EDM over there?
I have not. I've missed out on that one. I got burnt out for the longest time because I was in the spirit industry, and I'd be out at the track for the entire month of May.
Right.
And it just got to be a lot. And I was fortunate enough to get some of those police escorts in and out, and all the stuff that makes it easy. Well, that kind of went away. So now I like to watch it on TV. And
hey, Ethan, what about David Guetta? Didn't David Guetta, who did he sing with him one time? What's her name? I forget what it did. Normally, these guys all have at least one time or maybe one significant name singer that is, what's it? Nicki Minaj. See? Look how... I'm trying to turn back the clock just like Philip Rivers is right here, Brent. I'm trying to turn back the clock with the musical love. Hey, by the way, speaking of that, you never have to turn back the clock with your level of snacking because Win Schuler's brings that to you. They got it right across Keystone where I'm at right now. That's the Meyer location here off of Keystone. Original sharp cheddar, bacon and cheddar, and jalapeno pepper. The spreadability of Win Schuler's, you can also find that at Neiman's Harvest Market in Carmel, which is a fantastic location. And Gordon's Food Service throughout the state of Indiana, the spreadability, high-level snacking of Win Schuler's. Brent, any thoughts coming up here regarding Philip Rivers and the Colts or anything else before we hit the top of the hour?
Again, I think just Philip Rivers, he brings a level of excitement just based on his resume, if you will. Yeah. And getting in here to get game ready is going to be the biggest thing. Like you mentioned, it's going to be intriguing to see how that 44-year-old body withstands some of these muscles that haven't moved a lot like that in the last 5 years. But again, he's got 10 kids and a grandbaby. Maybe he's been working out, chasing them around a little bit. I think it's going to it adds a level of excitement to see what's going to happen. So I'm very intrigued to see how this actually plays out.
This is a jump ball question for everybody as we hit a break here.
Yep.
The jump ball question is, if Philip Rivers goes out there, starts, plays, and has a higher level game, does he take over the role as the most coolest 43 and over dude in Indianapolis, which would overtake me? Because right now, I think I sit atop the list. I'm on the mountain of the coolest dudes, 43 and over, not just in Indianapolis, but the state of Indiana. I mean, look at all the nerds I have to live with around here. But I'm like the coolest dude. I'm on the mountaintop of coolest dudes. Does he push me over and take over if he does end up having a really nice game in Seattle on Sunday? Do I all of a sudden fall to second place?
I think Gary Harris would push you over before you even got there.
Oh,
but,
I think Gary knows who's cool here, man.
No, hey, yes, John, to answer your question, I think that he absolutely would. And I think that it would bring just a whole level of excitement and buzz. And that's kind of what they're trying to build with, bringing a 44-year-old back to Indianapolis.
Big Red Liquors, too. Got the Heaven Hill Distillery products just in time for the holiday season.
Absolutely, and it's time to hit. They've got over 100 locations all over the state of Indiana. You can stop in one and find anything you want all the time. Now it's gift-giving season. There's all kinds of value-added packs out there. So you can stop in and get your Elijah Craig VAP to give away as a great gift. You can get your Larceny VAP to give away as a great gift. Your Heaven Hill 7-year-old. You got all the things to be had at Big Red Liquors. We're fortunate to have such a great liquor store group that's here in Indianapolis or here in Indiana area. And again, holiday gift giving. Evan Williams, the #1 selling eggnog in the world. They've got it, and they've got the peppermint chocolate out there too. Don't stop don't stop at a party without getting a bottle or two of that to take over there, John.
Grab yourself a gift card too and a gift basket just in time for the holiday season. Everybody loves it. 100 plus locations. Big Red Liquors also powers the JMV Takeover. We return on B105.7 on New Year's Eve. That's BigRedLiquors.com. Mousetrap, Mike Chappell, Brent, and more coming up here after 5 o'clock on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
This is the Fan Morning Show.
One of the options is the 44-year-old Phillip Rivers.
Can you imagine him at 44, a grandfather, leading the Colts to a couple of wins, and he's starting for them in a wild card? Wasn't he the last guy to start?
Phillip Rivers in Indianapolis for a workout there. Quite a time to be alive.
It is amazing what has happened in the last 3 weeks.
It's the Fan Morning Show. Weekday mornings on Sports Radio 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Hi, I'm Andy, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a product development manager, I make sure every piece of fine jewelry at Shane Company is meticulously designed for quality. From 14-karat gold chains, pearl necklaces, diamond studs, and of course, dream engagement rings. We know you can get your holiday gifts anywhere these days, but knowing your loved one's gift was crafted by master jewelers? It's a difference everyone can see and feel, no matter the price. All of our fine jewelry begins with a vision by our in-house designers. Then, we ensure each piece meets our high-quality standards every step of the way, including the smallest details. It's why our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive, free lifetime warranty that covers everything and doesn't cost a dime. At Shane Company, there's no shortcuts, just craftsmanship. Because a friend wants your fine jewelry to be nothing short of perfect. Come see for yourself. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey everyone, it's Jake from Payless Liquors. Charlie said sell it, so stop by one of our 26 family-owned locations and stock up for the holidays with these great deals. Woodford Fist for $29.99, Bullet Fist for $26.99, Hennessy Pints for $19.99, and Cuervo Silver or Gold for $16.99. Get Mick Ultra 18 packs for $23.99, Smirnoff half gallons for $16.99, Fireball Fist for $13.99, and Modelo or Corona 32-ounce bottles for just $4.49. Why pay more when you can pay less here at Payless Liquors?
This year, make Christmas cash with Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Raised Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling, family owned in Indy for 3 generations, are names you know and trust. Bring in your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, or brass and turn it into holiday spending money. Whether you're decking the halls, buying gifts, or just want a little extra jingle in your pocket, cash is king at Farnsworth.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Hey there, it's Jake Query with a question for you. What are your dinner plans? Or do you even have a plan? I want you to be a hero tonight. Be a winner. Be a champion as a dinner provider. Get the Chicago's $25 medium pizza special tonight. 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas and an order of fresh hot breadsticks, all for just $25. You can pick up, delivery, dine in, DoorDash, whatever it might be. Be a winner at dinner with the $25 medium pizza family meal deal. This is not cheap, average, fast chain pizza. This is pizza with crust, handmade every day and topped generously with fresh ingredients made by local owner-operators who obsess over every slice. Add a salad, pasta, or sandwich to make any picky eater happy. Order online at chicagospizza.com. Click on your closest location and order the $25 medium pizza family meal deal. 25 is the special number, $25 medium pizza family meal deal, and 25 Indiana locations, 18 of them in Central Indiana. Make the entire family happy tonight. Even better, make yourself happy tonight with Chicago's Pizza. Chicago's Pizza, where there's a story told in every slice.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Guys, thanks for helping me carry my Christmas tree.
Zoe, this thing weighs a ton.
Drewski, live with your legs, man.
Santa! Did you get my letter?
He's talking to you, Bridges. I'm not.
Of course he did, right, Santa?
You know, my elf Drewski here, he handles the nice list.
An elf? I'm 6'3". What everyone wants is iPhone 17. And at T-Mobile, you can get it on them. That center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. Right, Mrs. Claus?
I'm Mrs. Claus's much younger sister. And at T-Mobile, there's no trade-in needed when you switch, so you can keep your old phone.
Or give it as a gift.
And the best part? You can make the switch to T-Mobile from your phone in just 15 minutes.
Guys, my side of the tree is slipping.
Timber!
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Switch in just 15 minutes and get iPhone 17 on us with no trade-in needed.
With 24 monthly bill credits for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Finance agreement 256 gigs, $830. Eligible port in a new line. $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Jake Query here. Each weekday noon to 3, guests appear live on the Java House Peel and Pour guest line. Use code JAKE25 at javahouse.com to save 25% on your first order.
From the DriveHubler.com studios, this is 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
WIBC HD2, HD3, Indianapolis. Butler welcomes the Providence Friars to Hinkle Fieldhouse, Saturday at 1:30 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Hey, welcome back here. I want to remind you of this. Andy Moore Buick GMC, 131st State Road 37. That's in Fishers. My man, his name is Eric Wilson. If you're looking for deals on vehicles this time of year, they've got you covered. It's Andy Moore Buick GMC. Incentives to buy, service after the sale, and the best car buying experience anywhere. Hey, don't miss a second of it. Andy Moore Buick GMC. Tell Eric Wilson I sent you today. 131 in State Road 37 in Fishers.
The Ride with JMV.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Austin Fishers tell me that Lucy is playing at the Mousetrap tonight, where we are. Lucy, Brent. Smoke show, and she throws down. Lucy.
Wow.
With an I.
Wow.
I've got to check out Lucy, the smoke show that throws down here, I guess.
Well, I tell you what.
Evidently.
You're in the right spot.
I tell you.
You're in the right spot. This is right where she'll be, right here,
Right.
John. Just stay right there and just join her.
Got that. Brent Holverson is there. I'm JMV. Thank you for joining us. It is a great day at the Mousetrap. Don't be scared away by the weather. We're all good here on Keystone. The samples are flowing. We would love to see you here. Brent's going to rejoin us because Kevin Todd, his buddy, is going to join us too at the bottom of the hour. But on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, we think we've seen it all. And certainly if there's somebody in this market that has seen it all, because he's covered them since day number one here, has been Mike Chappell of CBS 4 and Fox 59. So we think we've seen it all until earlier this week. Is that accurately put?
Yeah, you stick around long enough and you think you've seen it all, then you'll see something else. What's really interesting, and you could have a whole program on it, is rank your top 5 or your top 10 craziest moments with the Colts. And I'm telling you, it would be a great show. It's kind of like we had lunch the other day with the old Star guys, Indy Star guys, and we were talking about what's the Mount Rushmore of Indiana high school basketball. And it's really interesting. And you could do that with the Colts in some of these things, and you would have to peel off some pretty good things to come down to 4. But this is the latest, and we're going to see how it works, if it works.
So I think he starts on Sunday. Do you? Phillip Rivers being he.
Yes. All right. We are. Yes, I mean they've been pointing that way, and I think internally it's like he gives us the best chance to win. I really believe that, and I'm telling you, I could make an argument that what they need to do is to start Riley Leonard or Brett Rippon, because the chances of winning in Seattle are not really very good. But in the fans don't want to hear this, but if they win their last 3 games, they're in the playoffs. They just are. So, kind of give this game away and then load up for the last 3 games. They're going to be awful tough to win anyway. But that would be, how do you go to Quentin Nelson and Kenny Moore and all these guys and say, listen, we want you guys to go out there and lay your ass on the line, but we're going to hold our quarterback back. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So, I think he plays. I think they've got to come up with some kind of a offensive plan that keeps him out of harm's way as much as you can. He's got to play the position. He just does. Or what are you doing? But you've got to scheme things to where the ball comes out early, and this is Quentin Nelson. Run the damn ball. You're going to have to run the ball even if and when you're averaging 2.5 yards a carry, whatever. You're going to have to limit Rivers' exposure to what is one of the best defenses in the league. But having said that, he's got to play the position, or you're wasting everybody's time. I'm really intrigued by how they do it. It's gonna have to be creative on everybody's end, but it'll either work or it won't. I'm skeptical, but I'm here to watch it.
So Mike Chappell of CBS 4 and Fox 59. I'm right there with you on Sunday. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group Hotline Mousetrap with Larceny Bourbon Locks and Luna Azul Tequila Shots, week number 15, including the Colts and the Seahawks coming up at 4:25 Sunday afternoon, 1:30. Colts pregame huddle conversation begins coming up again on Sunday. So, we hear about Sam Ehlinger, but would we be at all shocked at anybody else maybe the Colts reached out to in their time of desperation for a quarterback like they ended up signing Phillip Rivers?
Well, Sam's name jumped out to me. But whenever someone wants to make fun of or make little of Phillip Rivers, are you crazy? He's 44. All I'll say is, give me a name. Tell me somebody else. When it's December.
Here was the wild ass story. Somebody asked me if they called Andrew Luck. Seriously.
Have you seen Andrew Luck?
Yeah, I know. I saw Phillip Rivers yesterday too. So yeah, I know.
Well,
I know. But people ask me that.
Together, if you put Luck together and Rivers together, you'd have Luck at his fighting weight. But no, you can't find a serviceable guard or defensive tackle in December. You just can't. So it's an awful situation that they're in. And again, imagine Matt Adams, our producer of our podcast at Fox 59, made a really, really good point. And the date we need to keep in mind is that Arizona game where Anthony Richardson, fractured his orbital bone with that freaky accident. If that doesn't happen, he's your quarterback right now, and you probably don't feel too bad about it. But when you do that, and then with Moody Ward having the concussion the same day, that game's going to really change how things happen here. But if you turn to Anthony Richardson now, or a week or two ago when Daniel Jones was playing with a broken leg, you don't feel so bad, and maybe you're still not maybe then you're still really seriously in the playoff hunt. So it's just been that kind of a last couple of months with injuries and freaky things and all that stuff, and here we are. I am so curious how this goes. And it's really funny because in 2020 when Rivers was here and it was COVID, we never talked to him in person, ever. He was great on Zoom. But he walks in on Wednesday and he's, hey, no Zoom, let's go. And it was 15 minutes of pure information and entertainment. And I hope it works. It will be a great story. It would salvage the first half of the season being outstanding, and then they've hit this slide with Jones's injury and a few other injuries. Again, I'm skeptical, but what a story it would be if somehow they could find a way to, work their way into the playoffs. And again, it's not complicated. The math is not complicated. Win your last 3 games and you're in. But getting that done is very complicated.
Mike Chappell of CBS 4 and Fox 59 is with us. What was the wilder ass idea? The hiring of Jeff Saturday from ESPN or doing what they did this week with Phillip Rivers?
Oh, Jeff Saturday. Oh, my goodness. It's funny. I was talking to Mo Ali Cox, who's been here since, 18 or 17 or 19, whatever it is. And I said, what was your reaction? He said, crazy. He said, it was one of the crazier things I've dealt with. And I said, what are your top 2 or 3? He said Andrew Luck was one. The Andrew Luck retirement was one. And I said, oh, yeah, I forgot. I said, because I've always put Jeff Saturday's hiring as number 1 with a bullet. That everything else is below that. But he was right. Andrew Luck was more of a gut punch and something off the wall. But when you're talking desperation, that's not desperation. That was his decision. This is different. No, this is a notch or 2 below Jeff Saturday because that was epic. And I can't, as good of an imagination as I've got, I can't think of something that could take the place of bumping that out of the number 1 spot. This is one that they came up with the best option, meaning Rivers, of a bunch of bad options. So that the thing with Jeff was different. It was just different.
I just think they ended up winning a game and actually should have won like 2 games, and he may still be the head coach had that happened if he could close out a 3-score lead in the second half against Minnesota. And then things would drastically be different because Chris Ballard would not have been back after that.
Oh, no.
I think that this is more of a leap of faith because we're talking about somebody that actually has to be out there on the field that hasn't played in 5 years and know that he played at a very high level. But and you know what? I'm not expecting his accuracy to go away. But you're talking about using muscles, even if he's not got the mobility or escapability, never had it, never will. Talk about using muscles you haven't used in that capacity in a long time. You're asking, to me, a hell of a lot more out of him than you would from Jeff Saturday hiring him off the side of ESPN.
No question. And again, I bet just after practicing and being at the complex all day Wednesday, he was in the cold tub and the hot tub and getting massages. Just because and he stayed active. I mean, he coached his son's high school team, and I'm sure he was out there on the field. And I bet at times he's throwing with these guys, and he helped develop players going into the draft, including Riley Leonard and Drake May. So he stayed active, but it's not the same. I mean, you go out there and play hoops a lot, but it's not the same as when you lace them up and then people are really knocking you on your ass and all that stuff. So no, it's totally different.
Yeah.
The only good thing is you're talking 4 games, hopefully a playoff game or 2. We'll see. But yeah, it's totally different level of keeping the body, getting the body back in shape, and dealing with just being on your feet for 2 hours in practice and throwing and all that. Yeah, that's going to be that's going to be the hard part. But this is where they are, and like I say, they've got it. What he one of the best things he said yesterday was, "I'm not here to save the season. I'm not the savior." They're going to have, he said, we're going to have to run the crap out of the stinking football and play defense. And that's true. If they think they can throw the ball 40 times with Phillip Rivers, somebody's delusional. That can't be how they do it. But the problem is, this isn't an ideal situation at all. Your defense is missing your 2 best corners, your 2 top corners, and probably DeForest Buckner. We talked to him today. I don't know if he's ready to play yet or not. I don't know. And the offense, during these 4 losses, these 4 losses in 5 games, they haven't run the ball very well. and pass protection has been spotty. And I don't think Braden Smith plays this week. So you got a rookie at right tackle in Jalen Travis. It's not ideal because your quarterback's out, and it's not ideal because the people around him aren't where you need them to be.
So hypothetically here, we're both assuming, and I'm with you on this, that he starts and plays on Sunday, being Phillip Rivers. So what do you think, and you and I both talked about this, they treated Daniel Jones, when he was compromised with the fibula, they treated him offensively like he was going smoothly in the first 2 months of the season. And really, I didn't see much of an adjustment whatsoever. It still came right out of the playbook, and that's their playbook. I understand that. But clearly in this situation, you're going to have to make some sort of offensive adjustments. So I guess if you're going to do that now, why did you not feel compelled to do that when Daniel Jones was still out there limping around on that fibula injury?
Well, I thought they did to a degree where he wasn't getting outside the pocket as much, and he didn't run the ball much. Not that he did a lot of running in the first place. That's one thing they never really had him do. But I thought he was limited in the pocket, and maybe the game plan reflected that because he could not escape much. And with Rivers, I mean, like he said, people know where I'm going to be. Well, yeah, he's also been sacked about 250 times in his career. So this will not be the same offense that Daniel Jones ran. It can't be. It's going to have to be quicker throws, intermediate routes, and because it has to be. And what that does is it condenses the defense, and it's going to make it harder to run the ball, which you have to do. So everything is going to work against them. They're going to have to be extremely creative and avoid turnovers like the plague. You just can't, with an offense playing like this and a defense that's banged up, you can't have 2 or 3 turnovers and have any hope of not being blown out of the stadium. So again, this is going to be this is so far removed from ideal that I can't even compare to anything. But no, we're going to see an offense that's very, very I won't say conservative because you got to play offense. You just can't go out there and run the ball 3 times and then punt. You can't do it. So they've got to be able to run an offense to where they can move the chains and all this, but it's going to be hard because I don't know how they're going to push the ball down the field.
You expect DeForest Buckner to be back Sunday or not so much now?
Yeah, I'd say 50-50, and I know how bad he wants to play. He's missed a month. And he told us he had a herniated disc in his neck. If anybody can do it, he'll be out there because I know it kills him to not play. He even went to the second time he went to Panama for those stem cell injections. That's how bad. That's how much he's looked at every alternative to play. So his body language today, and he was just not as confident as I've seen in the past. But if anybody can do it, he can. But if I were betting, I'd say no. But I don't bet against DeForest Buckner.
Let me tell you this. If a 44-year-old guy after 5 years of not playing comes back and plays, then really you don't have a lot of excuses to be injured and not participate, Mike. I'll be completely honest with you.
You see.
I mean, there shouldn't be much discussion going on. Yeah.
My shoulder's a little sore, my hammies a little you're right. You're right. And there's got to be some juice in that locker room now when he's in there because that's him. I mean, it looked like yesterday he was on like 60 ounces of caffeine for crying out loud, but that's who he is. That's his energy level. But at some point, it's like a lot of times when you play a big game and everybody's all pumped up. Well, after that first series, then the adrenaline kind of falls down. Then you got to play. Then you got to. It's talent. It's dudes against dudes, and that's why I say it's at some point the juice wears out, and you got to play. And I hope they can come up with a game plan that keeps Rivers as much out of harm's way as you can. And this might be the best defense they face this year. I know they played Houston, and Houston's right there. But these guys get after you pretty good. And it's a hard place to play anyway, Seattle. But I'm really interested in how I want to watch how they devise a game plan to allow them to operate effectively without putting their quarterback at too much risk.
Hey, Mike, final thing with you here is the end of the season situation here for the Colts going to dictate the future for Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen?
I don't know. I would sort of think it's been that Carly has a pretty good idea right now. Now, let's say they find a way to win 2 or 3 and they make the playoffs. That's different. But I think I would think she's got a pretty good idea what she needs to do. And these injuries, I can argue either way. You and I could probably argue the opposite sides. But she can sit there and say, you know what, we were 7-1, and until Jones had the injury, we were pretty damn good. So to clean house after that, she still could.
Hey,
she still could.
Mike,
I don't know.
I think this to be true. I think the moment she okayed the trade for 2 number ones for Sauce Gardner was the moment that she knew that these guys would be back. Is that fair?
I don't disagree. The only thing that changed though is that was done with the idea that Daniel Jones was your quarterback.
But I don't think that's going to play a role here. I think these guys are going to be back. I think he's going to be back. I think he's going to get re-signed at a much lower level, obviously. I think, in fact, we're going to see the same 3 quarterbacks, non-Phillip Rivers division, back here next year with both Richardson and Leonard under contract, and then the dinged-up Daniel Jones.
If I had to lay a bet right now, $500, who the starting quarterback is for the regular season opener next year, my money's on Anthony Richardson. It just is.
Yeah, me too.
And I wouldn't have said that a month ago.
There was nothing else. How should I phrase this here? Regarding Anthony Richardson, and we know his situation, still not ready to come back with the orbital bone fracture. Were there any hard feelings toward the organization regarding that injury situation at all, or is it all good? I'm just kind of wondering.
You mean him towards the team?
Yeah,
or him towards him?
Yeah, him toward the organization and everybody because of that orbital bone fracture and that freak accident.
But he did it to himself.
I know. I know. Well, I mean, we did. I could spill coffee on my sack and get mad about it and probably sue, or at least you could back in the day. I'm just sometimes you never know about those situations. That's what leads me to ask.
I think he would have been more upset about being replaced by Daniel Jones. I mean, the injury was just some freak thing that he never should have probably been doing in the locker room. Maybe he did that every game. I don't know. It could very well be, but that was his routine.
Well, I mean, but normally in a circumstance like that, if you don't, sometimes people argue the guidance or the observation wasn't there, because when you think about it, we wouldn't be going through this right now had that not taken place.
No. That's what I mentioned. That Arizona game changed a whole lot. Maybe the team should have said, "Hey, that's not what that coat bar is for. It's for clothes." I don't know. And he could have said, "Well, I've been doing it for 2 years." I don't know. I think he would have more of a sore ass because he was replaced by Daniel Jones. And I would hope he's gotten over that, because I tell you, he will have a chance to be the starting quarterback next year, because, again, look at the options in the offseason and tell me one that's better. I don't see one.
My goodness, you look at that free agency list, and it is name after name that is akin to dog crap. There's nothing there for you. It is bad.
Bunch of dogs. You're right.
All right, buddy. At least we shall be entertained coming up on Sunday, right? If for nothing else.
That's right. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it doesn't get out of hand. I hope they prove me wrong. But he's 44 and he hasn't played in a long time. It was 18. I looked it up. It's 1,800 days. 1,800 days since his last start.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't sound great. That doesn't sound great at all. Mike, I appreciate it as always. Thank you.
You guys be well. Talk to you next week.
It's Mike Chappell of CBS 4 and Fox 59. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, and the spreadability of Win Schuler's you're going to find that at Neiman's Harvest Market in Carmel. Also, Gordon's Food Service, original sharp cheddar bacon and cheddar jalapeno pepper, chips, crackers, maybe even a burger if you want to go that route. How about even vegetables? The spreadability and the elite level snacking of Win Schuler's, where you can also find at one of the many in the state of Indiana Meyer locations, just like the one right across from where we are right now. Keystone is the location. We're at the Mousetrap. Brent Holverson rejoins his good buddy, Kevin Todd, on the other side. That and a lot more coming at you. Hey, don't go anywhere. Stream the app, HD Radio, AAA Membership Lounge via YouTube Live on a Thursday with weather on the inbound. We're watching the skies, but also making sure you make the right calls with 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
1 second I'm on my bike, next second I see this car coming at me. And
I broke my left ankle in 3 places.
I decided to call Hensley.
I realized Hensley was impressive first time I spoke with my attorney.
They just kind of took that burden off my back.
It happens. Hire Hensley.
It happens every holiday. Food comas, naps, piles of wrapping paper. Then Cousin John rolls in with holiday scratch-offs from the Hoosier Lottery. And just like that, the holiday fun is back in play. Hoosier Lottery, champions of play. Gift responsibly.
Get ready to hoop. It's back. Time to try your skills around indie locations with Michelob Ultra's Mini Hoops Challenge. Michelob Ultra Mini Hoops Challenge gives you a chance to win a Michelob Ultra basketball jersey and punch your ticket to the Mini Hoops Finals, where a trip to see Indiana versus Milwaukee in Milwaukee on February 6th is on the line, complete with a hotel gift card and $100 Visa gift card. Visit 1075thefan.com today to see all the locations and details.
Everyone is talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation. Like your neighbor Dennis.
In the process of refinishing my garage and, trying to turn it into a man cave. So I started searching, online, and I ran across Galaxy.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings is not epoxy. It's better.
First thing I wanted to do initially is I wanted to repair where the concrete had eroded. They said they could do that. I said, well, heck, let me go ahead and get the entire floor covered.
Commercial or residential, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
They were so courteous and respectful of the home and the property. And when they're done, they cleaned up, picked up, swept up. It was like they were never there.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com now. That's Galaxy Concrete Coatings. And remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We're out of this world.
I would recommend Galaxy over any other competitor, hands down. You're going to be taken care of and you're going to be satisfied. These guys know what they're doing.
JMV here for my friends at Premier Weight Loss. You know what's funny? When I was in my teens, body exploration meant something completely different than it does now that I'm 56 years of age. I can say now that it means, where am I on my weight loss journey? Down nearly 80 pounds. How about my body fat percentage? Down from 35% to 13%. Now it's time to add muscle mass, or lean mass, if you will, with the tone stimulation machine that they have at Premier Weight Loss. You can do the same weight loss journey and then tone up with Thomas and Samantha and the gang at Premier Weight Loss. It will work for you. That's PWLND.com. Mention my name. For the first 10 days in the month of December, you could win 2 lower-level tickets to see the Niners and the Colts. If you want to lose the weight, if you want to feel better, it's PWLND.com. You can do it. Tell them JMV sent you. PWLND.com today.
It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
When
I was 48 years old, I had a massive heart attack.
Jake Query, sports radio host and announcer for the IndyCar Radio Network, shares his story as a registered organ donor.
I've always heard the assumption that I don't know about being an organ donor because if you go into the ER, they're going to be more anxious to get your organs. I'm kind of proof that's not the case. When your life is the one that's in the balance, your life is the priority.
Say yes to organ donation.
I have the opportunity to allow another group of people to continue the love and the beauty of life. Why wouldn't I do it?
To learn more, go to donatelifeindiana.org.
Don't mess up the ring. Go to Moyer Fine Jewelers in Carmel. They only sell natural diamonds, hand-selected at competitive prices. Mention JMV for $500 off your engagement ring through Christmas Eve.
The Ride with JMV.
We have the Holy Hand Grenade. Yes, of course. The Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. Right. 1, 2, 5. Lisa, 3.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Shout out to Todd Meyer and David Wood. They're our hierarchy, our bosses at Radio 1, who's also going through all this. I want to give another shout out to, again, our guy, Devin here, the engineer on site. As he was working feverishly to make sure we get on the air, I was sitting here drinking. So, yeah, I was doing a hell of a lot right here. But Dev did a great job. Everybody, we saw Phelan, one of the engineers here a little bit earlier. I know Nick and Cam and Ken. Ken's birthday celebration was yesterday, too. Vigo County Ken. And really all the gang. I'm not going to name absolutely everybody. I'll probably forget. But, man, what a great job our engineers are doing. And in case you're not privy to it, we're making a transition from one location to the next. We're going about a mile north on Meridian and St. Joe's, right next to a place called Quills. And the Living Room Lounge, which may be a future
Tavern tour
stop.
It's a great spot.
Right there, right across the parking lot from us. And, yeah, the living room may have to be something that maybe we do for a tavern tour stop, Brent Halverson, sometime soon.
I absolutely think that's a great call because I'm a big fan of the living room. I mean, that is, again, we talk tavern tour.
Yeah.
What an establishment.
That's
like
it
that
right
has.
there.
That is it. Been there a long time.
I probably used that place up a little bit, been right next, literally, it's like right next door. Yeah.
So you might just do shows daily out of there then.
Well, I may just go over there and drink. I'm not much of an eater.
That's what you do here now.
They did give me this bowl of cottage cheese at the Mousetrap.
Look at that.
Though. It was exceptional.
That was a full man-sized bowl there, too.
It was a man-sized bowl right there. But no, yeah, think about the living room lounge. One of these days, I don't know if you have any connections there, but that might make sense.
Absolutely. I think it's a great call. Absolutely.
We got our good friend Calvin Fitch that wants to get us to Kokomo. We've been kind of branching out a little bit. We've gone to Columbus. We've gone to Bloomington. I know that there have been some thoughts about getting us up to Lafayette before Purdue basketball game coming up this winter. But Kokomo is also enthusiastic about having us up there, too.
What was the name of the place? You have a name of the place?
I got to see now because I think Calvin Fitz sent this to me. Hey, by the way, too, let me know when Kevin Todd is available. Would you please, Corbin? Because I don't know if he is as of yet, but I know Kevin Todd is supposed to join us coming up.
He's probably dialing up some winners, John.
He's probably going, how can I make sure that I buy everybody in the bar drinks like I normally do, which is always good. I shall find this in a second.
Dive into it.
I can't locate it right now, but hey, Calvin Fitch, if you're out there listening, just send me something about where you want us to go up in Kokomo. Because we often get a lot of suggestions about where we take it, and there was a place in Kokomo because Howard County would like us to invade the premises, and I thought that might be nice.
It's always fun getting to a new location and a new spot, right?
To me, it doesn't matter with or without the signal strength. I mean, you can still get us on the app and still get us where you need us. So, yeah, I'm not worried about that whatsoever. Meantime, on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, hey, he is all about the now. He's our friend, your friend, Kevin Todd, who joins us now. Hello, Kevin. How are you?
Guys, how are you? I'm on the telephone. You believe this?
Wow.
Oh, hey, well, thank you for doing that, too, because I don't know if you're privy to this, but we're going through a location transition here in the last 24 hours. So things are still going to be ironed out, but we're glad you're here, and your message, your voice, and really your knowledge is still going to be prevalent for everybody out there, Kevin.
You just want my money for drinks.
No, that's what I do, too. Well, that's what I was hoping. Well, I mean,
we appreciate that, my friend.
Kevin, I feel like I'm honored to know that I've made two of my friends now, you and Brent Halverson, besties out of this entire experience. I feel good about that.
I'm glad I met you guys. I wish I would have met you earlier. But listen, now we're going to have a long relationship. I'm going to make money for all your listeners. And let me tell you guys, tonight we got a great matchup going tonight. We got Atlanta at Tampa. And believe it or not, this has playoff implications right here for Tampa Bay. You know, it's almost do or die for them. But let me tell you, if you're looking to make some money on this game tonight, folks, do not attempt to play this game on your own. You're going to lose. I'm going to give you tonight's winner between Atlanta and Tampa absolutely free. All you have to do is pick up the phone and dial 888-320-7517. That's 888-320-7517. I'm going to show you how to treat it like a business. I'm going to take the gambling aspect out of it for you. All you have to do is play my games only. I will make you money. We got the holiday season coming up. Why not have the best holiday ever? Let me make you some extra money. You call now. You get Atlanta at Tampa absolutely free. You can go to my website, thesportsbrokers.com. You can read up about me. You can see who I am. You can opt in, and a broker will call you back with tonight's information. But I'm telling you, folks, if you want to learn how to treat it like a business, you give me a call right now at 888-320-7517. That's 888-320-7517.
Hey, Kevin, Brent here. First off, thank you again for the very generous cocktails that you provided for us last week, and definitely appreciate that. But I got a question for you.
Remember what I told you to get?
Yes, the
green tea shot.
The green tea shot. Yes, green tea shot. With Jameson, we made a little alteration to it and put larceny bourbon in there because it's just a brand of mine that we love.
Yes.
So, hey, I got a question for you, though. So, how do you look at a game like the Colts-Seahawks game when we have either a very young rookie in Riley Leonard starting or a very older grandpa in Phillip Rivers starting, and we see a line of 13.5? How do you manage that before? How do you look at a game like that? Is that a game you just stay away from, looking at it until you get some more information? You got information that tells us a little bit more. Just for Colts fans around here, we've been talking about it all day. Big news that came out with Phillip Rivers being the quarterback. What do you do on a game like that?
Well,
how do you look at that?
That's a great question. First of all, I hate to say it, and I know Colts fans don't want to hear it, from having such a great start of a season with Danny Jones, because he was playing really well. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a good chance that you're going to lose the rest of your games the entire season with the teams you have to play. I hate to say it, but it's truth. And let's face it, you got Phillip Rivers. The last time he played, gentlemen, was during the COVID season when he retired. But let's face it, he's got 10 kids at home. I don't want to be there either. Read? So he's coming out of retirement, which is a big mistake. And I'm telling you right now, if they stick him on the football field, there's a good chance he could come out hurt and never have another child. He's going on the road. He's playing Seattle. That Seattle defense is a top 5 defense. Now, if you saw what they did a couple of weeks ago to the rookie that they had in Minnesota, they destroyed him over there. I see the same thing happening here. Laying 13.5, guys, then they can't make the number big enough, but they just don't want to make it more than 14 because I think there's some kind of stat out there about road double-digit dogs. I don't care. They just don't have the offense to score. They saw it against Jacksonville. You think Jacksonville's a good football team? I don't think Jacksonville's that good. And I think Seattle's better. I think laying the 13.5 is a gift. I think Seattle's going to win this game and probably shut them out. This score could be 40-10, if that. This is a bad spot here for Phillip Rivers. If he's smart, he stays on the sideline. If he wants to come back and play, wait another week. Stick someone else out there because someone's going to get hurt.
Hey, Kevin, honestly, I think he's going to start coming up on Sunday. If you're asking, and I'm assuming you're asking me right now, he starts on Sunday.
You really think he will? Listen, they better hand the ball off 150 times.
They might just do that, actually. Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, if he's in that pocket and he doesn't get rid of that ball within less than 3 seconds and he holds it, he's going to get clobbered. They're going to send everything after him. They're going to blitz him. They're going to do everything they can to get him off rhythm. And I don't know how good he could be. He hasn't played football in 4 or 5 years. I mean, are they that desperate they couldn't get a guy off a practice squad or
100%
for something?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Kevin, they look like the senior dance. That's their level of desperation right there, buddy. It is.
Oh, my God. Listen.
It is high level.
It's trouble for the Colts for the rest of the way. But let me tell you, folks, if you're out there and you're listening and you want to make money tonight, start your week off winning. This is what I'm going to do. In fact, I'm going to do this for all your listeners, guys. I guarantee I win this game tonight, or I will give every single caller the rest of the month of December. You'll get all my bowl games, all my NFL, all my college hoops, all my hockey, absolutely free if I don't win this game tonight. But it's not going to happen because I'm going to win. You give me a call right now at 888-320-7517. That's 888-320-7517. I will make you money. And if you've been with me since the beginning of the season and you're a $500 player, you know you're up over $20,000 on the season. And if you're a $1,000 player, you're up over $40,000. I'm looking for serious players that want to treat it like a business, gentlemen. And all they have to do is give me a call at 888-320-7517. That's 888-320-7517. And let me tell you, you have this week and next week that I'll be on air till next season, till March Madness, and then I come back next football season because we're not going to be on for Christmas and we're not going to be on for New Year's because no one's going to be listening because everyone's going to be hungover. So this week and next week is my last 2 weeks. I'm here to make you money. And let me tell you guys, are you going to be at the bar next week?
Yes, of course.
How about this? I'm giving you a $50 bar tab on me next week for the holiday.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow,
Tommy
man,
S.
that's
is
awesome.
going to
We'll be
love
at Coach's
that
Tavern,
one. Coach's
downtown
Tavern
Indianapolis,
downtown
yeah.
next week. Man. Kevin Todd, thank you. Are you going to be back for March Madness, too? Did I hear you say that?
I will be back for March Madness, the first 2 rounds. That first Thursday,
That's
and
awesome.
then the following Thursday for the Sweet 16, I think it's going to be.
Hey, you know what's happening here in April, but the Final Four is in Indianapolis,
Yeah.
Kevin. So you should get down.
You guys
to
ever go to
Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah.
I will be going this year. Yes.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you a stupid
Kevin,
question.
we
'cause I don't
had,
know this.
if you remember during COVID, Kevin, we had the entire tournament in the state of Indiana in Indianapolis in the area. It was incredible. That time.
I remember that. Let me ask you a stupid question. Now, during the NFL, they have Radio Row. During the Final Four, do they have the same thing?
They do. Yeah, they do. Well, it's kind of last I remembered, it was a little less robust, shall we say, than what the NFL is, but it's not that far off. Yeah, I mean, they do have a Radio Row for it.
You know what? I might have to make a trip out there and just hang out with you guys for the weekend.
should.
What do you say?
Absolutely. Hey, we'd love
That'd be
to have
great.
you, man. That would be. We got some great friends with great establishments all
Yes.
around
Do I need to bring
Lucas
my
Oil
Black
Stadium where
American
it'll be.
Express?
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Bring that with you too.
And maybe another 3 or 4 livers. Can you do that too? You got 3 or 4.
Oh my God, I can see this. Oh my God, what a weekend! But I'll tell you this much: if you guys are going, I'm going to talk to a friend of mine. I'm going to make it out there for the Final Four. I might not go to the game, but I'm going to hang out with you.
Yeah, well,
Love
that's kind of how we work, Kevin,
That
right?
would
So
be
we may
great.
not go to the game, but we're going to hang out with everybody. There's no doubt. So 888-320-7517 for Kevin Todd. You got a big one tonight, Kev.
Yep, that's right. We have a great matchup tonight, folks. It's Atlanta at Tampa, right here in sunny Florida, where the weather is 75 degrees. I'm telling you, folks, you want to make money. You give me a call right now at 888-320-7517. You go to my website, thesportsbrokers.com. You can read up about me, do your due diligence, opt in, and a broker will call back. I'm telling you, folks, if I lose, you'll get the entire month, every single one of my games, absolutely free for December, but it's not going to happen because I'm going to win. Gentlemen, I'll speak to you next week. You got the bar tab on me, and good luck, my friends.
Love that. Kevin Todd.
Hey, thanks, Kev.
Thank you, Kevin. 888-320-7517, the bar tab.
I'd like to hang out with that guy.
He's a good dude.
You know what?
Can you imagine how much trouble
Oh, man.
the 3 amigos here are going to get in? Yeah. So did he say he was coming during the Final Four?
Final Four.
Oh,
think
my
you might be
God.
coming to town.
I want to get ugly.
Oh, it'd be fun.
I'll get ugly right
Just
there.
say we
I
can
love
bounce
it.
around from like the Noodle and Coaches and all the good spots. We got a lot of great places
I will
downtown.
say this. There were many preconceived notions about him from people when he was initially on, but man, people love him now. And he is a cool dude that likes to talk sports. And, you know, if you're just kind of the somebody that bets on games, puts money on games, he's like at the highest level of doing. That's like a personal wagerer's dream right there is what Kevin Todd does.
It is, and it's always intriguing to hear what kind of information
It is.
is out there, right? Like, I mean, if you got people dialed in, hey, we've heard all the allegations on things and what goes on. You've got some inside information. It's always great to have. So I'd be intrigued to hear what Kevin's plays are for the week. But hey, every week is a new week, and it's always it's a tough time in the NFL. You got to be able to sift through some of the favorites, the dogs, the big numbers that we're looking at this week, John. A lot of big numbers out there.
The bar tab at Tommy S.'s place, coaches, next Thursday. That should be awesome. That may be another reason why you guys all should show
Drink
up.
some green tea with larceny in it. Yeah.
Coming up on the other side. We'll close this thing out, me and Brent, and I've got one side versus the other regarding Phillip Rivers coming up on Sunday. And you heard me tell Kevin Todd that I expect him, like Mike Chappell expects him, to start in Seattle coming up on Sunday. We'll get to that on the other side, close things out on what has been a glorious day at the Mousetrap on Keystone. Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. You guys have been outstanding. Thank you all for joining us. We'll take a break, come back, final time, 93.5, 107.5 The Fan.
EventGroup.com, the Colts VIP tailgate presented by Hayes & Sons Restoration. All you can eat, all you can drink. Before each Colts home game, make your game day experience the best it can be. Entertained inside the Bullseye Event Center and the great food from celebrity chef Kelsey Murphy. That and more, and combo up your passes with tickets to the game. That's the Bullseye EventGroup.com Colts VIP tailgate presented by Hayes & Sons Restoration. Get your passes now. BullseyeEventGroup.com.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service? You need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust, like Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling? We'll find that independent American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
Hey there, it's Jake Query with a question for you. What are your dinner plans? Or do you even have a plan? I want you to be a hero tonight. Be a winner. Be a champion as a dinner provider. Get the Chicago's $25 medium pizza special tonight. 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas and an order of fresh hot breadsticks, all for just $25. You can pick up, delivery, dine in, DoorDash, whatever it might be. Be a winner at dinner with the $25 medium pizza family meal deal. This is not cheap, average, fast chain pizza. This is pizza with crust, handmade every day and topped generously with fresh ingredients made by local owner-operators who obsess over every slice. Add a salad, pasta, or sandwich to make any picky eater happy. Order online at chicagospizza.com. Click on your closest location and order the $25 medium pizza family meal deal. 25 is the special number, $25 medium pizza family meal deal, and 25 Indiana locations, 18 of them in Central Indiana. Make the entire family happy tonight. Even better, make yourself happy tonight with Chicago's Pizza. Chicago's Pizza, where there's a story told in every slice.
Christmas Nights of Lights Drive-Thru Holiday Spectacular returns to the Indiana State Fairgrounds November 7th through December 31st. Synchronized to your favorite Christmas tunes and a million sparkling lights. Enjoy a dazzling winter wonderland for the whole family. Reserve your spot at ChristmasNightsOfLights.com.
Barrington Jewels is your holiday home of the finest gifts, like breathtaking diamonds, emeralds, rubies, sapphires, and a wide selection of gemstones. Barrington also offers exquisite watch brands like Oris, Junghans, and Tutima, as well as fine pre-owned timepieces from many top brands. From watches to necklaces and pendants, earrings, or even an engagement ring, you'll find the perfect holiday gift at Barrington. Visit Barrington Jewels in Clearwater Crossing. And remember, you haven't seen a diamond until you've seen a Barrington diamond.
The Fan cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at 1075thefan.com.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Soccer Saturday featuring Indy 11. If this is your football, this is your show. Saturday at 9 on The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Here's Johnny. Don't. David Letterman.
Hi,
Hey, David, I'm Grandpa.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
So we're staked out at the Mousetrap on Keystone. Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots for the final time. Lucy, I believe, is one of the artists that will be here. It's EDM Thursday night coming up at the Mousetrap, which for a lot of you really enjoys. We've gone over many EDM artists as Brent rejoins us now. But yeah, Mousetrap is a great location tonight, rest of the weekend for you too here on Keystone with Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. This on the text line, everyone thinks it's absolutely crazy to call on Rivers to stand in for Jones, but I only think it's 4 games. No other viable options on the roster, hoping for a little good luck and all the bad that has transpired in a lost season and that Phillip comes out unscathed. Now, on the other hand, Jeff writes this, are we all delusional or high or both? We were not good. Yes, we were 7-1, and the only team that they had beaten with a winning record were the Chargers, and they are 100% going to lose the last 4 games and miss the playoffs, and anybody that is associated with leadership on that staff should be fired. So the tale of 2 opinions on the text line of 317-239-1070 right there.
Yeah, it really is, and it's tough though, right? Like, because we just don't know. I mean, you're dealt a tough hand. You've got to make some adjustments, right? Pretty interesting adjustment where they're pulling the 44-year-old in, but hey, he's familiar with the system. Hopefully he can get out there and do something, salvage a couple of games. Again, if you can win out, you're in it. But, as Jeff writes, he doesn't have a whole lot of faith in that happening. Yeah. But, hey, we'll see. It's going to be tough. It is going to be tough. We've got Jonathan Taylor. JT back there. I know it's going to be, extremely hard because it's going to be a run-oriented offenses and defenses are going to attack to that. You got to have that pass game. And again, I think Phillip Rivers, one great thing he has always done, he get rid of the ball very quickly, and that is going to be key because he's not going to have the scrambling ability to kind of run around the place. But you got to establish that pass to get JT a great fighting chance to get out there and do what he does.
We mentioned this a little bit earlier, too. Not only, by the way, too, 1:30, I think, is when we start coming up on Sunday for the Colts pregame huddle on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Now, again, we got Pacer action, so I think at one point we're going to transition only to Country 97.1 Hank FM. That's coming up on Sunday with me and Casey Valier and Bill Brooks in studio, our new studios downtown at Meridian and St. Joseph's. That's on Sunday afternoon for you. That will lead you into Countdown to Kickoff with Matt and the gang in Seattle for that Week 15 matchup. Now, us coming up next week, Week 16 picks with a familiar sight, a familiar friend, Tommy S., and evidently, according to Kevin Todd, a bar tab, which is excellent.
Look at that. We're going to roll right into Coach's Tavern, one of the great spots downtown Indianapolis. And Kevin Todd's going to be starting us off with a couple Larceny green tea shots. So that'll be exciting. We'll have to come join us, and we'll share some of that Kevin Todd love out there.
Fernando Mendoza win the Heisman this weekend.
I think he does. I really do. I think the way that, again, what he did throughout the year, I think to me it really came down to who won that game, right? And they did enough. They got the W. It wasn't exciting. It was a defensive game, which that was that exact script that was going on. I do think it is Mendoza. I mean, what he has done has been outstanding. So be interesting to see how that all pans out. I know that he was the favorite at plus 160 going in, and there's those 3 right there. And then I think Jeremiah Love, though, I really think that guy is a stud. I think he is going to get a little bit of a look. I mean, he's made the big table to get offered that the right to be there for the Heisman, but I think Mendoza takes it home, John.
Sean K writes this, JMV, if you haven't played pickup basketball in 5 years and jump back in, disaster, right? I see people do that all the time and they get injured immediately all the time. So hopefully that doesn't happen for him.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully he's going to have a little bit of protection out there.
No doubt.
I still think, I know you're thinking he's starting. I think it's Riley Leonard gets a start, but
you might be right.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And, hey, let's at least cover that 13.5.
Thank you, pal.
Hey, pleasure.
Thank you, Mike, and Troy, and the gang at the Mousetrap. We love you guys so much. Dev, man, excellent job. Dev, my man, Corbin back at the studio, all of our engineers, you guys have been spectacular. And you know what we're going to do? 24 hours from now, back at you. Depot, Greenfield, Bud Light Blue Friday. Colts tickets tomorrow. Hancock County, here we come. The Greenfield location of the Depot. Yeah, Ralphie from A Christmas Story, I think, is going to lead tomorrow. Peter Billingsley and the normal Friday, including Don Fisher, tomorrow We'll start at 3 at the Depot in Greenfield with 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Have a great night.
The following is a district-wide service announcement from the District Tap.
The District Tap. Craft beer on tap and damn good food. Wait, hey, can we say that? Damn good food?
Yes, I'm told that damn good food is totally acceptable. Go ahead.